The following program is rated TV MAL. It contains strong language and is intended only for mature audiences. The following program is rated TV MAL. It contains strong language and is intended only for mature audiences.
I am not gay. I am not gay.
Hi, everybody. I could just link those all day. Welcome to the Real BBC. Gary will be here, but I'm just going to share messages. He said, I got to take a quick shower. Start without me 5 minutes before the show starts.
You see, I was like, I do need to have a shower today. When should I have it? Right before Real BBC.
Right before the show I'm on starts.
Perhaps even during.
If only, Morley, if only we actually had a fixed time to begin the show. Then maybe...
I was going to ask you about that. You need to stop fluctuating it. But all Az does is he randomly sends a message saying, oh, Real BBC now. And it's like, whoa.
Let's go. Right now. Let's go. Stop everything you're doing. Going now.
Okay. It's been the exact same time for... How many years have I even been on this show now?
I think you've been for 2.
Time
the show, at least fast. 2. Maybe even 2.5. The show's been going for nearly 4.
Mm-hmm.
5 minutes for the show, Gary's like, gotta take a quick shower. Start without me. Oh, thanks, Gary.
I still remember randomly just jumping into your Subnautica streams. Remember that?
Oh, yeah.
When I first was probably talking to you a bit. You know? I think I did that because of Batwoman. I can't remember.
Those were there was. It was a show. Yeah. There was a thing. Yeah, I think it was Batwoman. I think there might have been maybe some Jay Longbone related stuff there.
Probably, yeah.
Maybe some interconnected tissue going on there.
I think it was Game of Thrones that made me meet Gary. I met you properly for a bit after that, though.
A little bit, yeah. Yeah. Gary, nearly 4 years. 4 years this coming March, and you... probably around 3.5 years this March.
I still remember, I think it was Captain Marvel, the first one. I watched Shad and Gary's reviews of it before I'd spoken to him at all. At least I think this is the timeline. I remember being like, what's with the knight? Like he's like a knight he's like on a throne. I think that's what his videos used to be. And then Gary, I was like, what the fuck? His whole room is filled with figurines. What the fuck? And it's so funny to look back because I'm like, oh yeah, I know them very well at this point.
Yeah, it's. I used to watch The Drinker when he had about 2,000 subs.
Pretty sure it was a super chat that was like, you should get this guy called Critical Drinker on EFAP. And then I looked at it because everyone was concerned at first because he did ironic reviews. Remember? He was like, Captain Marvel's amazing because it's about
yeah.
Blah, blah. Yeah, and I was like, oh no, he's beaming. It's not like for real. And then I was like, yeah, we'll get him on. And I think he actually did like a 10-hour EFAB stream at first. It was crazy.
Yeah, my first EFAP was over 10 hours. I stayed for over 10 hours.
It's a test of zeal. Once you pass that, you're allowed to become a YouTuber.
I actually think. Hi, by the way, chat. Hi, how you doing? Hey, Sasa.
Hey, chat. What's up?
How you doing? You're right. Just talk about yourself. We'll just talk about ourselves
Yeah,
a bit.
yeah.
Okay. I remember on that EFAP, my first ever EFAP, and I was on it for over 10 hours. And it was over 10 hours until you actually said, we're going to go to super chats now. If you want to step out now, this is an opportunity. And I'm like, yeah. Actually, no, I think on the first one, I actually stayed.
Try to, yeah.
For a lot of the super chats. And then on the second EFAP, when you went, we're going to do the super chats now. So if you want to step, yes,
please. I need oxygen, water, sleep.
I even think the second one I did was 7, 8, 7, maybe 6 or 7. I think
it would have been Last of Us 2. And did we have you on for a Joker one? I think we did.
God, I did like a really big stint of EFAPs.
It's hard to remember.
I did like a hefty stint. That I couldn't believe. I did a huge stint for the 200th. I think I did like 12 hours. I was just about to drop out, and then Shad came on. Shad was just like, "Oh no, please stay." So I was like, "Well, I can't say no to Shad." So I ended up for 6 hours or something. Hi everyone, welcome to the Real BBC. Where Gary texts me on the phone and says, I'm taking a shower 5 minutes before the fucking show starts. But he did give his blessing for us to start without him. So here we are. I'm away. I'm away at the moment with Familia. And I'll be doing Ripping the Silverback from this very beautiful studio tomorrow. Wow. Yeah, AI generated. Oh, yeah, it should be AI as. Well, no, AI has also killed himself. Did you know that?
AI has killed itself?
AI has killed himself.
Oh, no.
We're now on simulation as.
I guess that makes sense, right? Because if it was an AI version of you and you killed yourself, you got to get the AI version would be like, well, I got to do that too because I'm replicating the perfect as. Unless you were killed. Is that the twist that we find out in January, that someone tried to kill you and you faked your death in order to discover who it was that did it? Turns out it was like Disparu or something. Yeah, they'd make a movie.
Disparu? But he's the last person I would have.
That was the whole reason no one guessed it. There was so many posts about who was the killer and everyone was like, it wouldn't be Disparu.
Wait a minute. Disparu. Are you trying to throw some red herring?
I mean, it wouldn't be me.
Couldn't possibly be me.
No. What's that painting in the background? Something wonderful that relates to amazing media? Oh, look at it's obviously it's Rebel Moon. Wow.
Rebel Moon's doing so well that they decided to put a bunch of Rebel Moon pictures up in shitty hotels, which is great.
As which is such a fad that he was like, I need to find anything Rebel Moon related merchandise. And luckily for him, you walk into Tesco, huge section for Rebel Moon.
I was in His Majesty's Voice today. HMV. And I went into town, had to get a couple of things for the stream, and we popped in, and there was a whole section of Rebel Moon shit.
Well, I'm sure it was empty.
Seemed untouched. Yeah, it was empty of charisma. That's what it was empty of.
Yep.
And there was just a shit ton of stuff. And then I bought a bunch of amazing mugs.
I saw one of them. Beautiful stuff. It's wonderful. Absolutely. The best mug can buy.
Got this for a good friend who's gay as fuck.
Good time.
And
So that was in the Doctor Who section, was it?
Yes, this is official Doctor Who merch.
Mm-hmm.
This is a official Shooty Gatwa Doctor Who. I'm gonna dance as gay as possible with a guy in a nightclub with a where there's a guy playing in a dream.
Well, you see, I just find it amazing that they can capture like 3/4 of the whole story on a mug like that. It's I just don't know how you do it. That's what we call concise.
I would say this is 7/8 of what the new Doctor Who episode is. 7/8, I would say.
Thank goodness.
Well, I don't want to start the Doctor Who discussion without Gary, but I will say one thing. Because we have Doctor Who on yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
And my mum was watching. And she says, she calls me by my government name, which is pretty disgusting.
Your slave name.
Slave name. And she says, Terrence? I said, yes, Mum. And she said, is that a man? I said, yes. That's a man.
I mean,
and we know who we're talking about here.
To be fair, it could be several characters, but that's okay. It's
the performer, the
also
singer,
happened to be good friends with our main character.
Just so happened. We can't.
I was going to stop you. It's like, gotta wait for Gary, okay?
Gotta wait for Gary for that one. But yeah, this is now official BBC Doctor Who merch. There's nothing in it. It's brand new.
What? What do you mean? There's nothing in it? I'm sorry.
Invisible water.
Because you're right. There is nothing in it.
There's nothing in it in terms of. Hey, it was really. Oh no, can't. No, got to wait for Gary.
No, can't do it.
I need to talk to you about the BBC though, the British Broadcasting Corporation.
Let's talk about the British.
I know you know a little bit less about the British Broadcasting Corporation.
Also, it's funny. We may have talked about it briefly for a few moments before the stream, but I was letting Az know, like, I don't know the last time I have watched what we would call terrestrial TV.
Yes.
I have seriously no idea the last time I ventured into that nightmare.
Well, this is the first time because I don't have TV license. I don't watch terrestrial television. Haven't for years, and we've got it on because it's my mum's. It's my mum's house, so we've got the terrestrial TV on for the boy, for the nephew. And I British people, if you're here and you do watch terrestrial television, I couldn't believe what the fuck I was watching. We were just watching game shows. That's what we wanted to do. We wanted to watch game shows so that we could join in, have a bit of family fun,
Yeah, of course.
Every fucking show, there was a gay, disabled, black, trans character, man, woman thing in it. I just went from one with 2 gay drag queen dwarves. Everything. It was just like, what the fuck is going? There's like, where's the freaking Jim?
Where's Jim?
Where's Jim? I like Jim. Where the fuck's Jim gone? It was so insanely every single show was just crammed with some sort of tick box for the BBC. And I've never seen, I swear to God, I'm not trying to be cruel. I swear to God, I've never seen so many fucking disabled people in my life. I didn't know there were that many on the planet. But the BBC found every one of them. That's
why they want you to know they're not evil. They wouldn't start like a fascistic alien genetic experimentation species that would destroy worlds. They just want you to know that.
I'm not even joking here. I went from a disabled black female midget in a Davros wheelchair to 2 gay drag queen dwarves to a gay suntan owning I was just like, this is getting silly. This is getting silly now.
Gary,
I'm here. I'm sorry. Did you get my
Hello.
message on the WhatsApp?
Yes, I discussed it with the audience, Gary.
I didn't want the audience to smell me through the microphone after a hearty workout at the gym. So
have you got the right microphone working?
fucking fuck. I hate StreamYards now.
he sounds fine to me.
No,
It sounds weird to me.
hang on.
But I'm in a weird.
I'm on the
position.
right one. I'm on the
Oh.
no. I'm not on the right one. So every time I go into StreamYards now, I have 4 different sound settings. It picks a different one, and it's never the one I want.
Okay.
I'm so sick of this. I can't wait till the end of the year when it can be done with it.
We've been trying to not talk about Doctor Who, but I just picked up the latest Doctor Who merch.
Gary, you missed my very funny meme. I said he had Rebel Moon merch in the background as well.
Oh, we could talk about. I know you didn't see it, but we could talk about the.
You can definitely talk about Rebel Moon. I don't give a shit.
I want to talk more about the reaction and the predictable. Yeah. Here's what happens. Mahler and Az and I have been around the block a few times here. You know, like
once or twice, yeah.
Like a slut in the dock. You know, like a sea hag here on the internet. Yeah. And we've seen a thing or two in our time. Okay. And the one thing I've noticed is, particularly to the reaction to Rebel Moon is exactly like the reaction to Last Jedi, is exactly like the reaction to Doctor Who back when it failed the first time, is exactly like the reaction to the Marvels. I hear the same thing from the same people. And the funniest bit, Mahler, I don't know if you noticed, but I've noticed it definitely on my timeline. It takes 24 to 48 hours for this reaction to hit. Isn't that weird? Because I'll get instant reactions on other things.
Yeah,
like fucking instant. But it's anecdotal. No idea. But I feel like responding in binary code. That's all I'm going to say. But they say the same shit. They're like, get a job. And then it's,
got one. It's great.
Got one. It's great. But it's also, you don't understand the impact of this movie. You just hate things. It's the same stuff, right?
The promo for part 2 has people in the comments being like, people don't understand. The first part is an intro. The first part is supposed to let you know who's who and where they are.
Zack Snyder. He's too deep for me.
Yeah, Zack Snyder's known for his depth.
Oh, yeah. I'm surprised we're even able to talk about any of his work without sort of just falling to our knees.
Well, I saw a tweet. I'm just trying to find it. That's my mum holding up a penis mug.
Here's the problem. Here's the problem with you. Watch the season 2 trailer. Sorry, Mahler. By the way, that tweet was the tweet of the day with your mom. But I fucking pissed myself when I saw that. But it's not an introduction, Mahler, because we get the backgrounds to all the characters in part 2.
Exactly. Yeah, we've gotten nothing for the characters so far.
Oh, here we go. I found the tweet. Right, this is from David Ayer, believe it or not.
Oh, yeah.
This is a beauty. David Ayer tweets out, I remember a time when audiences applauded success, not cheering on failures. When film meant wonder and magic, not a means of attack. When movies were enjoyed, not reverse engineered in hopes of finding ammo to attack. I applaud all my colleagues in the industry. I applaud all the people who work in film. I celebrate those with the courage to share a piece of themselves with the world. Hand making a heart, emoji. And then a certain gentleman called Gary from Nerderotic, who's not that far away from ratioing the tweet, responded, I remember it too, when Hollywood set out to thrill an audience, not demoralize them.
Demonize
Demonize them, sorry. not demonize them. And that just to me said everything. That was just perfect, an absolutely perfect response, not heavy-handed. I've been seeing quite a few of these tweets from industry professionals talking about how we need to, oh my God, we do very hard work and people just like don't understand. There's a lot of like a heart and soul. No, you've been producing a lot of fucking shit, and you're worried. You're absolutely on the back foot now because it's been called out time and time again, and your movies are failing miserably at the cinemas, and critically they're failing miserably with the reviewers and the audiences now. They can't hide it any longer, and it looks like they're trying to close the ranks. But it's like, David Ayer, Jesus Christ, you have been shitting all over Warner for years now, to try and get your Suicide Squad version out there, and then you turn like this, like, get the fuck out of here.
He talks about how we don't appreciate the magic anymore. It's like we haven't been given magic. And
exactly.
You've talked about why we haven't been given magic. They've destroyed films.
Yes.
It's so like, what are you doing?
Dude, you're supporting a culture like he got fucked over by it, right? He got fucked over by the producers who didn't give him his. I would love to see the Ayer cut. I would fucking. I think it'd be better than the Snyder cut. I honestly do. I think it'd be loads better because I think he's a better director. I think David Ayer's a better director. I love Bright. Critics hated it. I fucking loved it. And you know how we got screwed over on Bright? By the way, Bright 2 canceled yesterday. The reason it's canceled is because the writer Max Landis, the writer Max Landis, had a bad relationship and got fucking. By the way, a bad relationship. A lot of people had them. Both sides made mistakes. They yelled at each other. There wasn't any hitting or anything. Some cheating, and he lost his career for it because of Me Too.
Well, if you lose your writer and your main star, then it's going to kill the film.
I mean,
and then your main star
help himself. In all fairness,
slapping a guy doesn't help. But that didn't cancel it. Like Will Smith is still getting movies made. Like they're doing Bad Boys 4 right now.
Oh, they are. I thought they put that on ice, but yeah.
No. It's done. Or I think being done. It was almost done before the strike. So it's pretty. Yeah, same directors as Bad Boys 3.
Okay. Yeah, Red Let Media used to have Max Landis on they were starting to have him on regularly, and then that happened, and then they unlisted. They haven't privated. They've unlisted.
They've depersoned him.
All of the Max Landis stuff, and then they decided, he introduced us to Macaulay Culkin, so we'll just play with Macaulay Culkin.
We'll play with.
I got no problem with Max Landis. He's been pretty honest on his channel about like what happened, and it sounds like he's in recovery. So. Good for him.
Well, I mean, he didn't help himself when it all started because he immediately said, "Yeah, I think women should just say these things." And just like, dude, she's making allegations against you, you dumb fuck.
Yeah, you got to defend. Well, that's
not a great defense.
No, it's not, and it's done out of fear a lot of time. Well, I'm not getting in his head, but let's say a lot of this stuff is just it's intimidation by fear. It's authoritarianism. That's what Me Too was. And if you went out on a bad date with a girl, you were in risk of losing your career due to they opportunize, because it's the capital of opportunism is Hollywood, not the capital of talent, opportunism. So they weaponized Harvey Weinstein being a legit raping piece of shit into a power grab, because that's what Hollywood does. So you looked at a woman wrong, you were losing your career, losing your fucking career. And it all played out, and it was proven, because what were some of the members of Me Too? One of them got knocked down for having sex with a
17-year-old boy.
17-year-old boy.
And her husband killed himself.
And her husband killed himself. Mrs. Jar Jar Asia Argenta, Mrs. Jar Jar Abrams weaponized it to get the CEO of fucking Warner Brothers or the head of the studio fired. And to leverage a Jar Jar Abrams deal that he's never followed up on, that he's never made a single fucking thing on.
No.
But it gave him a lot of power until
Gary, could you truly make anything after making Rise of Skywalker?
No, that ruined him forever, and he knows it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, has he directed? Has he made a TV show? Has he directed everything? They had a Batman animated series. They're doing another Batman animated series with one of the people who was the co-creators and in the Batman animated series, and Warner Brothers wouldn't even take it. They had to sell it to Amazon or something.
They sold it to eventually, to Amazon, and it
be
took a long time for that deal to actually get done. Which, because remember when we said Warner have dumped it, don't want it, and we got the usual suspects on Twitter going, oh my god, this is gonna get like bought up immediately. They're not canceling it; they're just selling it. And what was that? 2 years later, Amazon
2 years later
eventually picked it up.
Because a lot of it was done. It's Bruce Timm is involved. Paul Dini, as far as I know, is not.
No.
And they have come out in an interview and straight up said it's going to be Batman the Woke animated series. Bet you can't wait for that.
Well, they told us what it was going to be. They told us it's going to be Batman the animated series, but for a modern.
Yeah, the Soska sisters are right. It was a giant power grab, and I heard that from many people. I've talked to men who were victims of it. Some of them executives, and their stories out there. By the way, their stories out there. Like Roy Price's story is out there. It is fucked up. That guy lost his bad dick. He told a bad dick joke. Actually, I would have laughed personally. I would have laughed at the joke at a fucking private party at Jeff Bezos' house. Lost his career. Now it was also a power grab, so I don't know how much can get out of that. But Roy Price, he's got I think he's got a Substack. He's pretty base dude. Started Prime Video. So I don't know if he always was based or he woke up after getting completely fucked over by his industry. I don't care. But
and Rings of Power ended Prime Video.
Before we get into Doctor Who, can we talk about a Sauron of color?
Reincarnated or something.
Are we talking about Gupta Singh?
Is that how you say his name? Yes.
It is now.
So the Fellowship of Fans, which is I'm Blocked, who is deep in the pocket of Amazon Prime Video, but they still run rumors. Some are true, some aren't. Are saying that there's going to be basically two versions of Sauron, or they're going to get rid of the Halbrand character because he's shape-shifting, although he never met Galadriel. None of the shit happened. Okay, if you watch the show and didn't read the Silmarillion, none of that shit happened. None of it. Not a single fucking frame of it happened. Not a single word of it happened from Tolkien. Nothing. It might reflect stuff, no, but it's like if I'll just say if Helen Keller was trying to adapt Tolkien based on not reading it, she would have done a better job than Amazon. So I don't know. Here, I'll pull up the picture. Let's and we have not yet to completely verify this, but it's certainly worth talking about, and it certainly wouldn't surprise a single fucking person if this happened. No, that's not it. No, that's not it. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay. Hang on.
Hey.
I'm on Firefox, so I'm not.
Take time.
Can I take my time, please? Do you mind if I take my fucking time?
Hey, you take all the time you need. We'll just wait.
Okay. You just wait.
In silence. Yeah.
I mean, okay, I'm sharing it now. Gavi Singh Chera is Sauron. This is supposed to be Anatar, the Lord of Gifts. The elven.
In one way, I guess he is.
Well,
but for us,
we'll get to that. We're building up to that. See, Anatar, the Lord of Gifts, is supposed to be ethereal, beautiful, elvish, desirable. Just absolutely manipulative and just like, and does that to Celebrimbor. But here's the problem. Sauron is pure evil. So I think this is a victory, ladies and gentlemen. We have victory. Racism has been conquered. Because now the lived experience of marginalized people can be shown through pure evil.
About time. It's about time.
The problem is it puts new light on this quote from Lindsay Weber, who now looks like a giant fucking racist. Gives a whole new meaning to this quote from Rings of Power producer Lindsay Weber. It felt only natural to us that an adaptation of Tolkien's work would reflect what the world actually looks like.
The most evil creature.
Oh no!
Oopsies.
Oopsie doopsie. This is how you paint yourself into a identity politics corner every single time. Every single motherfucking time. It's so good.
Glorious. Yeah. Thanks, Lindsay.
Thanks, Lindsay, you fucking Jar Jar Abrams. So bad Jar Jar Abrams wanted to get rid of you.
Oof.
That's the story. She went over there.
Oof.
And she was still kind of working for Bad Reboot. And he's like, no, she's really great. You can have her. And then the person who brought her over, like later learned, like, oh, that motherfucker dumped her on me.
And now,
God!
But look where she is now, though. Look where she is now, and look what she's doing. And we said that season 2, it's not going to get better. They're going to absolutely double down, and everything that they've shown for season 2, it's going to be way worse than season 1. And season 1 was horrendous. So just imagine what this season's going to be like.
Wait till the Halbrand Sauron gets beaten by an elf. That's supposedly in it. But the best part is the producer of the Rings of Power is fucking the producer of Wheel of Time. And they're both fucking the fans.
Oh, they're definitely both fucking the fans, all right, yeah.
They're married. So, which is hilarious. Hilarious. And then, they put out something like Reacher, and you're like, how does this happen? How do you have, and it's just throwing shit up against the wall. That it's just, there's so much stuff going on that, something like Reacher is not considered as important as the Rings of Power or Wheel of Time. And it's allowed to be made with like probably little to no interference from Jennifer Salke, who's like eclipsing Kathleen Kennedy as an incompetent fucking idiot a couple years to go. But I think she's going to catch up to the old lady. Yeah. It's weird.
Well, Reacher, wasn't it just announced as the biggest
show this year?
Yeah,
on Amazon Prime.
On Amazon Prime, yeah, biggest.
Just
and
3 episodes.
This is right at the end of December as well.
So it eclipsed. Reacher was dropped all at once last time, and it's weekly now, and those 3 episodes eclipsed previous Reacher and was the most watched thing all year, which includes the Wheel of Time, by the way. And it cost like 1,000 times less than the Wheel of Time.
3 episodes of Reacher beat all of Wheel of Time season 2, number 1 on Amazon Prime Video 2023 across all movies and TV shows worldwide. Good stuff. Well done, Amazon. Well done.
But you know what? Disney and the BBC got together and said, hold my Bud Light or whatever gay beer there is.
Hold my
gay as fuck mug full of jizz.
Oh, dear God.
I couldn't resist. How you doing, Mahler?
Oh, I'm doing good.
Okay.
I'm all done. Oh, sorry. We have got an extra guest today.
What?
We have an extra guest.
Is it Sanity?
It is not Sanity. That will never, ever be a guest on this channel. I promise you that. But this is a show, and there's 3 main hosts.
Is it a show?
It's not a show. there are us three main hosts, but there is a fourth person in the real BBC, and it's our X-ray girl.
Aw.
Apparently, I'm
So-
not sane. What the hell?
Of course you're not. You're
None of us
fucking
are.
nuts.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Yeah, you're a batshit crazy woman. What are you talking about?
Maybe we should
We
ask
look.
Eric.
Never mind the stuff which you decide to share to an audience. What about the shit you say to us lot behind the fucking scenes? Mark, have you got pants on?
No, he doesn't have pants on.
Oh, he's wearing silkies. They're like army underpants or whatever.
Mark is just Randy Marsh.
Yeah, yeah,
They're my Ranger diapers. That's what they are.
yeah.
I can't hear.
I would wear them. You know.
They're saying
X-ray girl, ask Mark to tell as to play God of War Ragnarok.
Mark Tull as to play God of War Ragnarok.
Hey, I'm gonna play.
We play God of War Ragnarok. It's quite the game.
I'm gonna play it on my new
There's a
PS5.
3-hour EFAP series on it that was very entertaining to be on, and I think you'd enjoy listening to it with the context of the actual story.
Yeah. There you go.
What he
Okay.
said.
Boy, he's said.
Hey, tell Mark to watch the new Doctor Who because he's looking pretty gay in those shorts.
Yeah, yeah.
Mark is
Which-
the new Doctor Who. I don't know if you know.
I'm not saying this just for a fact, but it really does look like Mark's just about to hit the local gay bar.
The gay bar, gay bar, gay bar.
Hey, extra girl, I'm gonna send Mark this. Okay,
Okay.
it's
So do
tell
I
him this.
tag him then? And that
Tell it,
makes
yeah,
him
yeah.
gay?
Tell him this is his mug now.
Okay.
This
Okay,
is
I'll-
you
I'll-
say, Mark. You can only ever drink out of this, Mark, because this is you. This is your life.
And then I'll
This is
use
everything
my
you-
see you next Tuesday mug.
Yes. And my mum will use her penis mug, which I bought her today.
Oh my god.
To match her
Nothing
penis
wrong with a
pasta.
peen mug.
To go with her penis pasta, yeah. I said, my mum, she said to me, she went, Terrence, because she's in my government name. She doesn't call me Terrence von Higginbottom, call me Terry. She goes, Terrence, you're not going to do anything else penis related, are you? I said, Mum, I still got a whole full day tomorrow. I don't go back till Thursday morning. We've still got a whole full day.
Aside from
tomorrow
a series
together.
of 38 seconds,
Yeah, I
off
am
in the
pretty
back row.
sure I can find something else penis related
Nothing peen related.
to make you hold up and take another photograph for social media.
So she's a penis model.
So I can get
This
clicks.
Christmas, yes.
Selling out your fucking mom. That's so good.
Wow.
My
Have you-
sister, my
X-Ray
sister
girl,
bought
did you
her
not
some
see the
penis
tweet?
pasta.
No, what tweet?
Oh, dude. Share the
Oh
tweet.
no.
I'll share the
You
I'll
give
find
her
the
a
tweet.
toy?
Yeah. Well, a couple of things. A couple of things. Hold on. Here. I'll share this one. Here's the mug that I bought. Oh, that's the wrong button. I hate being on the laptop. Here's the mug that I bought my mum for today.
Did you draw that?
No, it's on the mug.
I can't believe you bought
one
it.
of
You coulda-
these.
You could have bought a blank mug and drawn a better one, to be honest with you.
Look,
I think that's why it's so good. It looks so crap.
I think so.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Look, somebody photoshopped it to turn it into a dog.
Your poor mom. What a good sport.
Oh shoot! Look, right. I'll show you the other one there as well, extra girl, so you get full context of what I've been doing to my mum this Christmas. Here we go. Here it is. Okay, here we go.
Every year thing.
No, this is just this year. For some reason, we've decided to
Someone
I'd
was
say
being a
go
little
hard
cheeky.
on my mum, but that's going to be a bit.
That sounds
Wow.
bad.
So yeah, so she got my sister bought her this for Christmas. So I just said to my mum when she opened it, she's like, What is this? I was like, Mum, can you do us a favor? Can you just hold it up and smile?
You
So
just hold it up and
so she just held it up and smiled and it just took a photo. You're not going to do anything with that, are you? I was like, yes, I'm going to put it on
No.
social media for everybody, Mum.
Hashtag no filter.
And she's like,
Oh
no,
my God.
you're oh, no, you're kidding me, aren't you? I'm like, no, I've already put it up. I've already put it up, Mum. And then when I was doing the mugs, I got my little nephew a I Love Boobs mug. And then my sister got her one. And then I gave the penis mug to my mum. And she was just like, oh. And then she started doing the drinking. And I'm like, she
It wasn't milk,
she went,
was it?
oh, I haven't been doing this sort of thing for years. I was like, Mum, we don't need to know that.
Your ass.
Put some
We
eggnog
don't
in it. And the mug.
And then she's doing all the ooh, and like, Mum, and she's like, what? It's like, just can you hold the mug up and smell? And she goes,
Oh, Legion of Memers just screen capped that, by the way.
yeah.
You're big.
That's a good thumbnail. Oh my God.
There you go.
People be like, "Oh, they photoshopped that on the bug." It's like, no.
Now
Yeah.
I want penis pasta. Where do I find that?
I don't know, any
now it's
good
going
Italian
Gonna
restaurant.
go in your search history. I throw up that VPN first.
I was gonna use a different the private browser window
Yeah, I'd do that.
just in case of what comes up.
I think you find penis pasta at xhamster.com.
I got it. Penis pasta, Amazon.
You can always
You're
trust
gonna
Amazon.
buy it on and then gonna stream yourself eating the penis pasta.
Yeah, it's the most you'll ever see in my mouth.
Hey, you can pass that out.
Wait,
at
did you
Chrissy's
just
next
literally
wedding.
say that's the most dicks you'll ever see in my mouth?
Yeah.
You just stopped over my joke, dude.
X-Ray Girl did her own. She did her own.
I'll say it again. You can pass that out at Chrissy's next wedding.
That would be the least amount of
I'm
dicks those
kidding,
women have got
Frank.
in their mouth.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Oh my God.
Unbelievable. So now we've got to try and find something penne related for tomorrow, for the final day for Mum.
There's straws. Bachelorette parties.
Oh, there are, yeah. But where to get them to get,
Well, that I can't help you.
Mm.
You can bake a cake. Let's talk
Let's
about
talk about it.
The game.
it. I love it.
With the pride flags.
You
around
throw
the
this at
taco
other
bar.
players to talk about it.
Yeah, except it's supposed to be like, see, nada. Not yay. Nah.
Yeah,
Oh.
lock it in, yay!
Lock it in, yay. If you're Tardo like game, can't answer questions.
Yeah.
Tardo can't read.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, sex paid girl.
Christmas, sex great.
Merbo Grimace.
Hey, X-Ray girl, don't take this wrong. What are you doing here?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I invited
I'm just
X-Ray
kidding.
Girl here.
I'm just kidding.
Oh,
I'm glad you're here.
I was playing so I set up I got for Christmas a Rode mixing board.
ooh.
Yes.
A
Which is-
podcaster.
Yes. It's gonna match my new piano that's coming in Friday.
I don't care. Nobody
Cool.
else here does. I'm so sorry.
But I won't be doing the Twitch thing
Why?
because
I know. I actually meant playing the piano, not showing your fucking norks.
Okay.
No, seriously though, you can play piano.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey,
I
Mola.
I mean, piano's pretty cool. It automatically makes you look like you're sophisticated in some way. It's a
Or
good one to
Asian.
learn. Because if you can do like what's like the lamest instrument to know?
Pink
Triangle.
Oh, triangle. The shakers.
Yeah, if you do that, people are
Maracas.
like, "Oh, that's nice." But if you do piano, people are like, "Oh, wow, they must be cultured."
Mhm. I wanted
Speaking
to
of Twitch,
Everyone's picking
Oh.
recorder.
speaking of the kazoo. Speaking of Twitch, Mola,
hmm Are you prompting the tweet I made, or what's happening?
Oh, what tweet did you make? What tweet did you make?
Well, so and you guys are more than aware of this.
I retweeted it.
Oh,
we're in a really weird point in history where we've talked about this several times. I feel sorry for anybody who's trying to parody real life, because you have to work really hard.
Oh,
Yes. You can't just, someone's a ruthless businessman, and so in your parody, you're like, haha, they harvest baby blood in order to blah blah blah, and then a few weeks later, it's like CEO of blah 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 is harvesting baby blood. And you're like, oh, what? The thing I made was supposed to be absurd, not just one-to-one. And so, just to give you an example of a modern version of this, if you haven't been watching South Park, which you should, because it's very funny, they have a bit of a make fun of OnlyFans. Right.
Yes.
And it's like people getting in on it. The fundamental core aspect is just trying to get success through just being naked. It's just like, yeah, that'll do it. That draws people in. And the funny character to do this with would probably be Randy. A lot of the time, Randy's risen to main character status. Over time
he's Homer now.
Yeah, but they needed him because there's a lot of things they want to make fun of, but they can't have the kids do it.
Yep.
Like, it wouldn't make sense. Even Cartman, like, it would feel a bit weird if he was doing some of the stuff Randy does. But Randy's perfect. And, in this episode, he's, like, trying to make OnlyFans work. And it evolves to the point where he's just fucking naked throughout, like, the whole episode. They don't hold back.
He's got his pants off the whole fucking episode. and the intro is the Skinamax intro. And I shared it in the FNT chat. We can't play it here. It is perfect. It is utterly perfect.
And so you go with that, and the episode is about a hell of a lot more than just that. But it's just so weird to watch that, to watch this setup in the episode. There's like scenes where he's sitting down with all of his equipment, and he's just streaming to OnlyFans with his cock out, just like, yeah, this is me, this is what I do. This is making money. Yeah, I'm talented. I'm the talent. I'm making this work. And he gets like jealous when other people are trying to do it. All the normal stuff. And it's like OnlyFans has people getting naked on it and everything, but nothing like it feels so overtly absurd and like funny. And then I'm pretty sure it was a day later, I find out that, of all people, Boogie2988 gets banned from Twitch, not OnlyFans, Twitch, for being naked on camera.
Yes.
And you look at I wouldn't recommend this. You look at the clip, and it's just like 1-to-1 with Randy Marsh.
It is. I mean, aside from the entire extra person that's there, maybe two, but yeah.
And I saw comments of people being like, "How aren't South Park making fun of this?" And it's like, they did already.
They just did
yesterday. Like, what? They can't keep up. They literally can't.
They can't.
We were making fun of them for like being a little late to the party and everything. But at this point, like, who could have thought that all the jokes they made and all the lampooning of selling your body online was going to be, they tried to make it absurd, and now it's like kind of basic. Like, you watch what they did in that episode and you're like, yeah, I know.
Well, even with the Pandaverse, it was great to see and validating, but they didn't go hard enough on us, and they were like, we're way past Star Wars at this point. Like, that should have been about Kevin Feige. There could be a whole sequel about Kevin Feige, but you're right. Like, within your tweet points this out perfectly. Within 24 hours, reality played into the parody, which South Park is supposed to be years ahead of, dude. It didn't even make it 24 fucking hours. We are in parody world. I blame CERN. I do.
And that's the thing for anybody who's like, oh, it's always been crazy. It's like, no, I've been watching South Park for like my whole life. It's never been this way, where they're usually not caught up to. That's how insane they usually are. But yeah.
Remember the Simpsons did it video?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
but like
episode, I should say.
This episode was actually pretty deep.
Yeah, there was loads of stuff they were talking about.
Loads of stuff they're covering, because they go after Logan Paul, and they go after energy drinks, and kids being influenced at influencers, and parents wanting to be influencers. And then we have Randy going up against his wife. She's like, I can get more subscribers than you. And then the whole point is he goes to a talent agency, and they're like, what's your goal? He's all, I want to beat my wife. And they go, interesting. I want to beat It's so fucking funny.
Crazy.
Oh my God. But no, then they later on, they put the talent up to the highest bidder, and it's like Canada, the CCP, Pfizer, Mattel, Build-A-Bear, it's fun. And you get the talent gets auctioned off to whoever, to push their narrative. So there's a ton going on. And there's one little clip I put on Twitter where they talk about affinity groups. And they're like, what's an affinity group? Well, it's when groups of people divide themselves based on skin color and religion and talk about how better they are than everyone else. Usually white people aren't allowed, but this one's about a drink, so they can't keep us out.
It's
Randy
really good episode. Sold, that nobody wants to buy him.
Yeah, nobody wants to buy Randy.
Oh,
but he finally starts getting clicks when he gets on the G Fuel, whatever the drink was. No, Cred. It was called Cred. Yeah,
Cred. With Cred. There you go.
And the drink was called Cred, and everybody had to get more Cred. And there's like special flavors, and there's like a CVS pharmacy where they're gonna pass them out, and like children get murdered. It's fucking hilarious. I love that one kid. He's all, "Run, mom! Start the car! Start the car!"
I wonder as the episodes that had like kind of futuristic tell points, plots, whatnot, if the time between the episode and it happening just got less and less and less as the years went by, because I haven't watched South Park. So
they one of the things they've been known for is to get things satirized quickly. That is because they have a week's turnaround, I think, on episodes. They're really up to date.
That's why the animation is the way it is.
Yeah, well, that's definitely a part of it, because like I think
part of it.
You know, they just started out being like, look how fucking crude we are. But they've actually, if you compare like the modern animation to the first episode, they've dramatically improved. But at this point, South Park is a style.
You know what's funny? Quick side note. Do you know why South Park is here? Do you know who gave them their big shout out and their big chance?
George Clooney. Oh,
George Clooney.
Really?
Yeah.
Who
they rip?
Big Gay Al's gay dog.
Yeah, he barked. Big Gay Al's gay dog. Yes.
I remember.
Sorry, Mahler. Continue. Little trivia there.
Yeah, just that they were always trying to stay a step ahead and just satirize the whole world. It's just that even when they have a week, they make fun of current events, and events are moving so fucking quickly and getting so crazy that they've fallen behind again. At least in some aspects, and that's hilarious. Because they're willing to take shots at basically everybody. It's a matter of what they see, what they hear, and I'm assuming that Boogie getting banned for being naked on Twitch has gotten back to him.
Dude, you almost have to do what the fuck?
I'm doing your wife's homework.
Oh,
I'm glad you followed that up with what homework.
Maybe I should do my homework too.
Yes. I don't want Melissa to shout at me.
Hey,
so was it except for a certain prophet? They did push to do that hardcore, but I think they were stopped by the studio. That was a big controversy for them. There's barely anything that Matt Stone and Trey Parker will not do. It's only other people that would stop them.
Yep.
I think some people in the chat are saying that Boogie's now been unbanned.
Good.
Well, yeah, because he
showed his balls.
It was his meat apron, not his balls.
I saw the balls dangle from.
I know you thought you saw that. Trust me, we've done big inspections. Az would know about this.
Yeah. Right. Okay. Stop. In the Boogie documentary.
No.
Boogie.
You now need to do a follow-up to the documentary. There needs to be like a little epilogue.
Boogie will now literally do anything for fame. He shows off his belly, and then he says, "I've actually got a second meat apron," and pulls out a second, which is actually what was
very for anybody who's sitting there thinking like, what eldritch creature? It's like it's not eldritch, it's human. Unfortunately, it's you think of the belly becoming a sphere, and then when you lose weight, the excess skin sort of pools into a little flab sack at the bottom. Then if you gain weight again, it doesn't refill that. It pushes the skin again on the sphere. So he's had a dramatic loss of weight and gain of weight twice in his life, I think. And that's why he has 2 meat aprons that just dangle down there. He said he wants to get... That was one of the funniest parts of the fucking doc where he says, I need to raise money to get skin surgery to get rid of all the excess skin. And we were just like, what do you mean? You're a balloon. Like, and it's like, yeah, but there's you know... Yeah, okay, I'll stop describing it. That's fair.
essentially.
Zoidberg, that's a good example. Yeah.
Mhm.
Can we talk about Doctor Who?
We talk about Doctor Who.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, I've seen Sabina just like, can you please just talk about Doctor Who? You're that desperate.
I'm that desperate to talk about the big gay episode.
So
of
that
Doctor Who.
you know too much about this. We were showed it. There's an EFAP episode. We went through it all. It was horrible.
No, I know
Best
more than I
EFAP episode
ever
Watched
like
one of the-
when
some of it.
Gundam took me down the Chris Chan
Oh no.
rabbit hole,
Oh,
and
yeah.
I never want to know about that again. As took me down the DSP rabbit hole, I never want to know about that again. And this is another one I never want to know. This is like the darkest side of content creation. And it's a cautionary tale. I think you should know like the basic details. We don't need to get into it details, and I think it does teach a valuable lesson of what fame does to people and how it can like in all seriousness exacerbate mental problems. I won't say outright illness, but you know, Darkside Phil has OCD. Chris Chan is probably on the spectrum, hardcore, and Boogie is severely depressed, and it's going to end badly if he doesn't get off the internet like now. In all seriousness, like as human to human. No, you're absolutely right. I think of that line from The Hangover, Ryan, you know, when he said some people just can't handle Vegas. The same could be said about the internet. It ain't for everybody. People keep dragging Gary into holes. Yes, Dan, by the way, congratulations on your new song. You know, it shows that yes, gay people do enjoy Christmas, and we're proud of you.
And satanic holes or something like that.
Every hole's a goal.
But it's not going to end well for either three of those dudes, and it's sad. And I don't know about, you know, I'm not into rooting it on or anything.
But
but
I mean, the guy that's going to be dead in 5 years, the guy that's going to be begging until he's eventually deplatformed from everywhere, and the other guy who's dead, quite clearly dead inside.
Fantastic futures ahead.
Yeah. Winner.
It can only
Ryan,
go up from here.
Ryan, the world ain't for everybody. So I mean, that's just the fact of life. It is.
Should we do it?
Yes. What's up, Ryan and Dan Bask?
Doctor Who Christmas special.
Mm-hmm.
You might as well just watch Queer as Folk or It's a Sin.
I know, dude. Or Sex Education.
It was just a massive fucking gay propaganda, bollocksy bullshit, man doing woman face, monstrosity of an episode. Absolute monstrosity.
Yeah, you want to talk about digging up a corpse to defile it again. Bottom line, they absolutely reaffirmed the Timeless Children without a doubt. They did not retcon jack shit in that final episode. This is all about reaffirming the Timeless Children. That's aside from all the dancing and singing and the cringe goblins and the stupid plot. And I just wanted to see how Shooty would do as the Doctor. Like, does he have what it takes to be the Doctor? And they set out and made something more filled with agenda than any Jodie episode.
Well, it starts off with
these 4 specials. By the way, they didn't call it the Christmas special. Sorry, Az. They didn't call it the Christmas special on Disney Plus. You noticed that, right? They called it special number 4.
Yeah.
Oh, it's called the Christmas. It was the Christmas special in the UK.
It wasn't here. Not on
They
Disney.
don't acknowledge Christmas anymore, right?
No, Christmas is related to a specific religion that they clearly hate. But they talk about bringing people together. We're just doing good in the world, and we believe in right and wrong. Remember, Bob Iger said that we don't believe, teaching sex shit to kids is wrong. We think we're on the right side of history. I'm like Martin Luther King. I'm like the Martin Luther King. Bob Iger saying this. I'm like the Martin Luther King of teaching sexual stuff to children. That's what he is. He's championing that.
I had a dream.
I had a
Hey,
nightmare.
Bob.
I had a nightmare, yeah.
I had a nightmare. Yeah. We started off with a man in woman face that just looked ridiculous. I mean, ridiculous. And it went to a Davina McCall TV show where the new companion was on, where all her employees were clearly gay, to a gay bar where Shooty Gato is dancing as gay as you could gaily dance with a dude. Then he meets up with a companion and tells her that he spent a summer fucking Houdini.
No.
Do you think gay people find it annoying that like it's just associated with them as like they just dance and sing? That's what gay people do.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do.
I can't imagine that being anything but like not all of us. We can, something like that.
There's there's different types of gays out there, but those are like the really like far on the side. There's a lot of people in between that kind of like politics. Most people are in the middle.
Well, it was funny. When I was moving once, there was a couple moving in where we were moving out, and I hadn't met them, didn't know anything about them. But there was a movers set of people coming in, and they weren't dressed with a uniform. They all had like casual clothes. It was really weird, but I guess whatever. We couldn't afford like high end, so and there was this guy who was as fucking manly as you could imagine, super strong, moving shit. And eventually, because that was when I was more into rugby, so I was talking to him about how Wales was doing at the time. Just back and forth in normal. And then I was like, how often do you do moving stuff? This is like 2 stories in one, because he was like, I'm not a mover. I'm moving in. And I was like, oh shit, why are you moving everything? And he's like, because the movers suck ass, which was like I said, whole other story I could tell some other time. It was a fucking nightmare. But anyway, point being, I was like, oh wait, you're one of the gay couple that's moving in. I didn't say that to him. But it was funny because the partner that came in, who was the effeminate, like, is everything okay? That sort of thing. And then the guy was like, yeah, everything's fine. We're
good.
I was just like, holy fuck. You never see those gay portrayed that way in media, really. It's always the hyper effeminate thing.
You mean it's normal people?
Well, I mean, yeah. Like,
yeah,
they always have to have some crazy special elements. It can never
has
be,
to be the
guy.
Stereotypical. It's the International Society of Magical Gays. That's what it is. I mean, it's all just full on stereotypical. By the way, the ratings are out.
Yes,
the
they
Christmas
are.
Special. They are,
and they're
out.
awful.
They're pretty bad.
It just did overnight. Just did about 100,000 more than the last special, which had already lost 500,000 people. So they got back virtually nobody. And I don't think this is going to have a particularly good 7-day consolidated.
No, and I don't think anybody's going to give a shit in April. By the way, significantly lower than Jodie's first episode. Significantly.
Wow.
6 million less.
6 million less.
What was the
than
drop off?
Jodie's
Sorry,
first.
from Tennant's last episode as well.
It was 100,000 gain from Tennant's final episode.
So 4.62 million for Tennant's final episode, 4.73 million for Shooty's first.
Well, that's the last time you can pull a first episode for the new Doctor Who. So that's all that benefit will be gone after this one.
And so you can debate whether or not the Tennant third or this was Shooty Gat was first.
Oh right, yeah.
I would say this one with Shooty Gat was first, because it's on his own. 4.73 is absolutely unbelievably bad. And I think what I just described to you there, folks, was like the first 10, 12 minutes, maybe 15 minutes of the show. And it was just, let's go from this gay shit to this gay shit to this gay shit to this gay shit. And it was just there was lots of looks going on in my house. And like I said, my mum turned to me and she went, Terrence? Yes, mum. Is that a man? Yes.
She wasn't sure.
That's a man, yeah. And she's like, I thought so. I was like, yeah, it's very obvious. It's not even. It was ridiculous.
I think it's ridiculous. two completely separate pieces of entertainment that I watched had gay bars in it. Rebel Moon and Dr.
Hey man,
Who.
it's more than just a gay bar. There's gay pigs that are welcome in there too.
Yeah, it's a gay bar of all species.
Mm-hmm.
Was the crab that was controlling the man, was that the crab's lover? I mean, that's what I was assuming because it was a gay bar.
Don't assume the opposite because that would be rude.
That would be rude.
Do you
Probably
guys
wrong.
think that this is going to be the last Doctor?
Quite possibly.
Yeah, it depends on how long Disney funds it.
Put it this way: the new series starts in May. Okay?
Yeah, they're getting 2 seasons with Shooty for sure. Like that's already paid for. It's being shot. It's done.
Yeah, that's irrelevant. I mean, that's
Yeah.
absolutely irrelevant how much Doctor Who they put on the TV, because if this was the first episode in May, I'd be intrigued to see how low this viewership can go.
Oh, it's
'Cause
gonna.
I don't think they won people over with this episode at all.
No, it's gonna be all-time low again. Jodie reached damn near all-time low. But this will be all-time low. I mean, none. The audience scores aren't very great. Aren't very good. The Jodie era, the overall audience score on Rotten Tomatoes for Doctor Who was somewhere in the high 70s, low 80s% for the longest time, even through the Peter Capaldi era. The Jodie era and the latest era have brought it down way fucking down. So like Goodwill is gone, and they really need this show to be an international success. Sorry, UK. That's just a fact of the matter. That's why Disney is funding this right now. And
Garrett, let us believe we control the world just for a minute.
Well, you still do. Your money's worth more than anybody's money. So
For now.
that's pretty phenomenal for a little island that doesn't let anybody farm anymore. But charges people to drive in your one biggest city. What a fucking nightmare. But
it's not just in the biggest city; it's in other places too.
Oh, good. That's great. That's good to hear. But no, it's got to be an international success, and nobody gives a fuck about Doctor Who in America anymore.
Why would you? That's a question that I ask a lot, but it's a legit question. Why would you?
I have to point out that Jodie Whittaker's is the only credit I'm going to give it ever. Jodie Whittaker's run of Doctor Who is more masculine than this last episode with Shooty Cutler.
Well,
there was not a dude in sight. There was one little scene with a cop, and that was it. And the rest of the time, it was just no.
I didn't even like that scene. Well, your major introduction to Ncuti Gatwa's Doctor is him spinning around in a gay bar in a kilt, wearing a singlet, turning around, dancing with a dude. That's your opening gambit for the new Doctor Who.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. That in the trailer they show you his first scene.
They show you the spinning, but then the camera goes down and it goes all slow-mo. It starts to go slow-mo with him just like, then the camera moves to the dance floor where he turns around and he starts dancing with a dude. That's their
There's a lot of slow-mo in the gay bar in Zack Snyder's Rebel Moon as well.
I know. That's another thing. What's up with slow-mo and gay bars? Yeah. Did some marketing department think this is a good idea? Jesus Christ.
And you've got what's she called? Ruby?
Ruby.
Yeah.
Ruby. You got Ruby watching on like, oh my God, that's going to be my new gay best friend.
Yeah, we locked eyes across the room as friends. I'm like, what the fuck? That's going to be my friend.
That's going to be my big gay friend.
My big gay friend.
My big companions are supposed to be chosen by the Doctor in a sense, right? Not the other way around.
Well, he is following her at that point, right?
Yeah, he is following her.
Kind of, yeah.
But why? Because
I don't know if he's following her or he's following the bad luck.
He's following the bad luck, and he sees that it's keyed on her, and we're supposed to assume that in the beginning, right? Because they do a little timey-wimey stuff in the first bit. So, by the way, timey-wimey is like going back in somebody's past as a child or something like that, which Moffat just did to death. So,
I mean, I already said in the very first scene when they're dropping the baby off, I said, that's going to be the companion dropping herself off.
I see Aiden Paladin in the chat. Hello, Aiden.
Yeah.
Yeah. How you doing?
A lot of paradoxes popped up in this episode, but I was like, oh, whatever, fuck it. It doesn't matter anymore.
No, like
they kind of give it up on that sort of stuff.
Like even for the channel, I would stop everything to review this like first thing, and I had to kind of talk myself into watching it. I was having too much fun at Christmas, and I'm like, I
nearly didn't. It was the notification for the stream going up there. I was like, oh fuck, I got to see that. Right, I don't have to see any more now, right? We're done.
I'm done. I'm never watching it again ever.
I will. Yes, we're done, unless my Doctor Who video when I get back home does really well.
It won't.
And then in which case,
I mean, your video will do great. It'll do better than the episode, but you'll see diminishing returns. Like I can't. I will not make a Doctor Who video again. I'll talk about it on live streams if something's
sure.
Dude, plan on a lot of woke shit happening this season because they said it would.
So there was a lot of. I mean, oh god. The right.
Wait, Ruby's mom. Let's talk about Ruby's adopted mom, dude.
Right.
Because when I saw she was a black woman, I was like, of course.
I said that. Oh yeah, of course. Her foster, her mum's black. Yeah, so foster mum's black, and
I was laughing. I'm like,
adopted single mom, or is she married? Or
single,
no dads.
No dads is her mom.
Not a dad
no
inside.
male energy in this episode whatsoever.
X-ray. The only person who lives in that house with her is her mum.
Yes. So Ruby is a fostered girl with a black mum, foster mum, who lives with her mum, and they have fostered 32 babies.
I think so. 32, 33, something
32-ish, something like that. They fostered over the time 32 different babies.
I've heard of people who do that. They do it for the money, though.
Well, that came into it at one point in the episode, but it only came in after the goblins had changed history.
Well, yeah, because she said, "I'll do it for the money." And the doctor was like, "No, you don't."
Yeah, but then you thought, no, she is, because just because Ruby's not here anymore, that means that you're doing, or you're carrying on how you normally would. So you're actually doing it for the babies because you get £800 per baby, and you're disgusting.
Well, so this is as well where it starts to get confusing, because by the goblins going back and kidnapping the girl and eating her, because that would have happened. She no longer exists in that timeline.
Yes.
I think the implication was that by fostering that particular child, it made her foster mum, become so invigorated with fostering that she became like a better foster mum. I was like, okay. So,
but that doesn't make any sense because Ruby brings bad luck.
There's also just that just seems retarded. She was like the one. Well, she was such a good kid, it made you want to foster more kids, I guess. Okay. Fuck the rest of the kids you fostered. They're all just assholes. But aside from that, this is an alternate timeline, meaning the goblins went back, changed something. Now the Doctor has been zapped into an alternate timeline. It's like, okay, wouldn't the Doctor then have his timeline changed? He never got to meet.
Well,
this is where, from what I could gather,
necessarily because the Doctor's timeline runs differently than everybody else. So.
Yeah, because it happened in one time event, he didn't cross over the time event. So the interaction with the goblins at the beginning was at the end of the episode, which was at the beginning of the episode, actually was after all the stuff which had happened in the episode.
I'm gonna start making the argument. For one, Russell's past his prime. That happens to writers all the fucking time, right? Like George Lucas ain't gonna make Star Wars as good as the original trilogy now, and he hasn't been able to for a long time. Times change, life changes. It also depends on why he came back. He obviously came back for the money and the prominence and to push an agenda, and not because he had a genuinely good Doctor Who story to tell or anything left to tell. Also, in his first 4 years, there was somebody who was writing with him, and this is spoken about a lot in special features and Doctor Who Confidential. Stephen Moffat. Stephen Moffat had a hand in a lot of episodes that he wasn't credited with.
Yes.
A huge hand in it. So that he is, I mean, he was essentially I won't go as far as to say a writing partner, but he definitely helped punch up scripts and stuff in the writing room for a lot of people, not just Russell T Davies, for Mark Gatiss, and they worked more as a team. So that's the other thing that's missing.
Whether Stephen Moffat writing some episodes in this new season as well, though.
I think he is.
That'll be fun.
I think
I'm sure he won't disappoint.
Oh, he will. He's past his prime too.
No, I know, dude. I don't know if it's controversial or not, but I feel like he annihilated Sherlock.
Destroyed it.
Destroyed it.
Yeah,
like nobody talks about it anymore.
Awful. It was awful. It got so awful.
They should have just like stopped it, and it would have been like looked back on like this is this great thing. Not anymore. He took on too much, and I think Stephen Moffat's ideas became a little bit repetitive. And you notice like neither of them were getting prominent work outside of Russell T Davies. Can go, is good at writing queer as folk and stuff like that. He was really good at bringing Doctor Who back. What he did cannot be undersold. He brought a show back to prominence that led to it breaking through in America. But the woke mind virus is a real thing.
Oh, amen.
Absolutely a real thing, and it can ruin the best of them. It could ruin the best of them, and it's sad. And that woke mind virus is bigotry. It is bigotry. It's political bigotry. It's religious bigotry. And listen, I know RTD grew up growing up gay. Probably had a rough life. Probably had it really fucking tough, and that sucks. But what he was doing before was so much better for humanity because he was showing I can rise above that. I rose to prominence in entertainment, and now I'm leading Doctor Who, and everybody loves it. That's your win. That's a massive win. Instead, he went back into hate, which leads to the dark side. And they, by the way, convinced they're the good guys. That's the scariest part, is they are convinced they are the good guys. But this is also a guy who said like all Tories should die. It's unhinged. It's mentally unhinged. That's the problem. It's like have your disagreements. That's fine. But you could definitely, your message comes across much better when you present it to all of humanity and with a certain amount of balance, which Star Trek did for a long time.
So just to sort of just catch up quick again, the white girl makes the horrible black women nice.
What about
Aaron should?
What about okay? We find out Ruby's adopted, and then that's when Shooty says, "Oh, I was abandoned and adopted," and it made me think back to, oh yeah, the doctor. It's no longer William Hartnell is no longer the first Doctor. The first Doctor is an abandoned black baby. What are you saying there?
It's so unfair that you fucking doubled down on it. I thought we were going to get him ignoring it.
Yep.
But she's got no DNA. There's no DNA on any file, any record of her DNA.
So they're setting it up for later.
Sorry, I was just thinking, didn't they have to make a big old reason in Matt Smith's era to explain why there were more regenerations left than what we assumed?
Yeah, the Time Lords gave him another lifetime of regenerations, which is another.
With the Timeless Children, wouldn't have been a thing because he's not a Time Lord now. He's something else.
he would have regenerated anyway.
Yep.
Well,
And
yeah, and there would have been countless regenerations before, because that's what was that person's name? It was Experiment or whatever.
Tecteun.
And by the way,
it's
the
such bullshit.
The bi-generation reverberated through history. So
Right.
it hadn't happened until it happened the first time. And when it happened the first time, it echoed back. And now every doctor bi-generated, because it's no longer regeneration, it's bi-generation. Because he wanted to use the word
subtle.
bi-generation.
Yeah.
That makes it better.
Which, by the way, is part of the woke virus fucking weirdos mantra. They said it was Star Trek, remember, Gary? Where one of the showrunners of Discovery said that, well, in the timeline of Discovery, humans are baseline bisexual.
Yes.
Which, of course, would mean extinction for the human race, but don't worry, in two or three generations. But don't worry about that. Don't worry about that at all. That's fine. It was just such a laughable comment, but this is their mentality. This is their progressive mentality.
I keep laughing because he said by generation.
Yeah. No, they said it. They said it loud and proud.
So many
By
mechanics.
generating. But that's impossible. Yes. But here we are. We generated.
They introduced so many mechanics that makes no fucking sense.
Yeah.
It's already Doctor Who. You have like thousands of mechanics to make use of. Not enough.
I wish they'd use storytelling.
That sonic screwdriver looks lame.
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, it looks like a really shit TV remote or a butt plug.
Yeah, my normie bro went,
or by generations.
That's a sonic screwdriver. I was like, yeah, that's the new sonic screwdriver. He said, that just looks like a universal remote control.
It is.
It's like, yeah. Or a butt plug.
She's so sweet.
I think they were trying all kinds of ways to make it look like a vagina instead of a phallic, and they couldn't do it. So we'll go with butt plug.
Oh God!
I mean, Jodie's did look like a dildo.
Hey, another connection. Rebel Moon opens on a vagina.
I've got a question.
Does.
Why doesn't Ruby act like a normal person? Why doesn't she have any reaction to how you would have?
Yeah, she's a TV show character in universe. She's not a person. She's
correct.
Particularly annoying when the baby is taken and she sees the baby, has a chance easily to get it before it gets put onto the ship. But instead, she's like, "Did the goblin just hiss at me? Can't believe it."
Oh my God.
And I've seen people share this. It's like, that's the first time she's ever seen a goblin.
Yeah.
And she treats it like it's just like an annoying little person trying to take something from her. Like, I don't know. Yeah, I didn't buy it at all, but I wasn't really expecting to.
And even when the baby's going on the conveyor belt and they're singing the song about the Goblin King eating babies, which I think is very anti-Semitic of them. She's just like looking through the floor, like no concern.
She says,
nothing.
"Leave her alone."
Yeah, leave her alone.
Leave her alone. It's like, wow,
no panic, no act.
No.
Imagine if that was Rose Tyler.
Oh,
she'd be fucking losing her shit.
Yep.
Do you think it's the fault of the director? Because I don't know if the director is like super
writing, directing, the whole lot. I think
it would be at every level. Even the actor should have been like, I should probably sound a bit more desperate than
a baby's gonna get eaten here. And then the doctor takes the baby off the conveyor belt and decides to sing back to the goblins.
Yep.
Yes.
Which then Ruby decides to sing because the doctor's singing. And I just had some thoughts.
Yeah, because for one, they didn't establish like, hey, singing. We have to sing to them, and it like distracts them.
Yeah,
it's something. They automatically have to like. There was nothing established. It's just like let's break in a song and dance.
Let's go musical theater. Musical theater.
You like how when they got back as well, they put the baby in the exact same place they got kidnapped from, and then leave the room. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? And it's 5 minutes later in the episode where she goes, wait, don't leave the baby alone. And then he's like, you left the baby alone. What is going on? Why does nobody care about anything?
No, it was.
The writers probably didn't have children at all.
I don't think they had any shits to give other than, oh my god, our doctor's really mega fucking gay.
Yep.
That's the only thing I think they gave a shit about doing.
No, they just doubled down on the Jodie era. Triple down on the Jodie era.
I thought Shooty was embarrassing.
Yeah, he wasn't very good.
And at the end of the episode, the biggest thing that I thought was this didn't in any capacity feel like Doctor Who.
No, there's so many elements that are missing. One of the big ones, I assume you guys would agree on this, is all the doctors in their first episodes usually have a moment of intimidation. They let you know there's something under the surface. I was waiting for that with this. I got nothing.
You got the song, Mola. That's what you got.
Which was that's the dark part about the Doctor.
It's the part that I'm particularly interested in. And instead, we didn't get anything like that.
Judy ain't pulling off basically Run, from 11th Hour. Like fucking just a great moment. He can't do that.
One of the best moments in 11th Hour, Gary, is when we have all this stuff with little Amy Pond. And then Matt Smith just says out of nowhere, he goes, must be really scary that cracking out.
Oh, I know.
And
so look at you.
Like,
man falls out of the sky, eats fish fingers.
Fish custard, yeah. Man falls out of the sky, gets out of box. Man eats fish custard. I tell you what, that must be a heck of a scary crack on the old wall. And I'm just like,
was Jodie?
That's so good.
It's so good. The 11th Hour is great, all-time
wonderful episode.
Was Jodie better? Asked Alec in the chat. No, they're both really just equally bad.
They do have something in common though, and it's not necessarily that they're both bad, which they were, but neither of them are the Doctor.
Exactly. Neither of them are the Doctor at all.
Or charming.
Neither of them are the Doctor remotely. And you just look at Capaldi and how insanely good Capaldi was at the Doctor, and the unbelievable moments with Matt Smith, unbelievable moments with David Tennant, and even that one series with Christopher Eccleston, some incredible moments. And then you just think, we haven't had the Doctor since Capaldi. No, we haven't had a Doctor since Capaldi.
And aside from, Matt Smith, because he was young, obviously, but let's look back at the entire cast of Doctors previous to Jodie. They were all primarily character actors.
Yeah.
And why were character actors better? Because those are people who were very experienced in playing good and bad and dramatic characters. So, which the Doctor is all of those things. He can be like goofy and the nutty professor or the absent-minded professor, but then just switch on this 1,000-yard stare that shows he's the lonely god, and he can really kind of just beat you whenever the fuck he wants, and he's holding back all the time. That's the brilliance of the Doctor and the previous performances. Not now. Now we got sitcom characters. I mean, Jodie's a sitcom character. Like, she's like a third or fourth person who should be in a sitcom, not the primary person at best. And same with Shooty.
I felt the same with Ruby.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because she was so. I mean, I know she's only 19 years old in real life, and I don't want to, be too shitty on her, because I thought her acting ability was fine, but she wasn't a character. It really did feel like Discount Rose.
It was Discount Rose.
They wanted to have Rose 2.0, but they actually got Wish Rose instead.
Yeah.
Oh no.
She didn't seem fazed by anything going on.
Billy's performance in Rose, which is so good.
One of the best moments between both Eccleston and Billy Piper was when she comes into the TARDIS and just bursts out crying, and Eccleston's just like, "Don't worry, it's a normal reaction to have." And then you're just getting at the end, you had that little moment. She like sticks her head in the TARDIS and then just walks around, and then Anita Dobson from fucking EastEnders, Dirty Den's wife. Don't worry, you have no idea what I'm talking about, Gary or Extra Girl. Just says, "Go on, get in there." And
Is
then
that
she
who the
looks
fuck that was? I'm like, am I supposed to know this person?
Oh, she's a soap opera actress in the UK. She's Brian May's missus from Queen.
Oh, I was gonna say, I was thinking James May for a second. Eh?
No, Brian May. And then that character just looks in the camera at the end, and I'm just like, is this just a fourth wall wink that, oh my goodness me, it's fun time again? But it's not.
Well, her character changed so much from the beginning, right? Remember, she's mad at the boss.
Is this
so
the
does
master
it mean the
or
timeline
what?
changed? Have you never seen a TARDIS before? Yeah, I think it was just fourth wall breaking.
Oh, did you catch the mention of Mafety again as well?
Manatee, yeah.
Mafety. So they're still gonna have a thing for
Mavity.
No, it's gonna be it's
a
gonna
running
be
joke.
It's a running joke, but I think it's leading to like multiverse. Which I mean, Doctor Who was done in the past, but it's been like really impossible to get there, and they're gonna run some multiverse shit. I promise you. I won't be there to watch it though.
Oh no.
There's a point where you just go, I've said my piece. Bye.
The Merry Christmas, Davina McCall. That was weird.
Oh, the whole Davina McCall thing was so bizarre because it was just like, to me, it just felt like he was just like, hey, Davina, my friend Davina.
I remember you
know
from the
her.
telly.
She's on the telly. Yeah, she's on the telly.
Yeah, who in the hell was that?
It's a British thing again.
A British
Big
presenter.
Brother. When I saw her, I was like, fuck, I didn't even know she was still doing things. I don't know. All right.
Idea.
Right. Aiden, the Fury of the Time Lord. Shooty could never fucking do the Fury of the Time Lord.
When in the Tennant special, when he came out of David Tennant's penis, and he turned around and he went, what the hell is going on? And then it was just like, oh, was that meant to be your intimidating? I'm doing my presence.
I'm taking control now.
Yeah, and it's like, no, you sounded like a little gay black Nigerian guy, which he sounded like through the whole of this episode as well. My name is the Doctor. I'm going to the gear bar. In me kill let me single. That's a fucking banging. That's a banging tune. I'd rather listen to that than fucking Doctor Who. I'd rather listen to that for 45 minutes and watch Doctor Who for 45 minutes.
Little Electric Six.
Yeah. I've got 32% you in the game.
Seeing R.I.P. Doctor Who trend again did my heart good. Did my heart good though.
It was awful. It was an awful. I think objectively it was an awful episode.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
what was it meant to convey? What was it meant to, in terms of the Doctor, in terms of the companion, in terms of the direction? What was it meant to convey? It was dreadful.
I got nitpicks for days, or maybe not even nitpicks, but you know those stupid gloves he apparently invented.
Yes.
Oh, the light gloves and the heavy gloves.
He says all weight will go into them according to your preference, or whatever. And so you can pull the whole ship down, right?
Yeah.
But that means that whenever you move to the next level on the ladder, that means that you're lifting the full weight of a ship on your hand in order for that to make sense. And that means you have the ladder. I don't even know what are they called? Each step of a ladder.
Rungs.
The rungs, those have to be able to support the weight of
and it was wood
ship. Yeah, thin wood. I was just like, why are you telling me all of this shit when that can't make any sense at all? You may as well have just said these are magic. They'll do exactly what I want. When they're like the weight of them pulls down the whole ship, and then she's like, "What are we gonna do?" The momentum, but he's just like, "Magic gloves, baby."
Yeah,
fuck off. You're not even trying.
I mean, I wasn't even going to watch it. having watched it, I was just like, oh, why did
I watched it for this show. That's
Yeah.
the only reason
I
I watched
literally
it.
would not have seen it if 2 hours ago. 3 hours ago, I hadn't seen it, and I was a happier person as.
Welcome to my world.
Right?
Oh.
I hope this benefits your channel, which is apparently called Heel versus Baby Afaki.
Subscribe right now.
I've seen.
Oh, it was. Oh. When it was over, I was just like, and then they did the trailer, and it was like coming in May. I'm like, oh, thank fuck. And then my bro turned me to, why would you have this episode, and then your series doesn't start for another 5 months?
Well, they do that. They've done that.
They've done it before, yeah.
I've done it before, but I would argue, why would you pay all that money to bring Russell T Davies to come back and write worse than Chibnall? That's the bigger question.
A big thing about doing something like that is you leave people wanting more. That's the idea.
Yes.
This is not one of those cases.
No, this is the case of you left people wanting no more.
And then they'll forget about it when it
Yes.
comes time and not want to watch it because of how horrible it was.
Nobody's going to watch this. It will experience diminishing returns from here. These are the episodes that get the higher views, higher ratings, which is Christmas specials and doctor introductions. And this whiffed, man. This was a fart in the wind.
So what's going to happen when his series starts in May?
They're going to drop it all at once.
You've had your regeneration. You've had your first introductory episode.
And what did you set up? Like, what's your big mystery that you set up? Like, who's her mom? Who's
the
Ruby's
big
mom?
mystery is she's an unknown, another unknown. She's the
impossible girl.
She's the magic impossible girl again.
Yeah.
Part 2, part 6. She has no DNA on record, no history anywhere whatsoever that can be traced back to anything at all.
Oh, well. R.I.P. Doctor Who. Hey, it had a great run through the 50th anniversary. It's a few Peter Capaldi episodes that are worth watching again. But that's it. That's it. That's all. It died in 2017, never to return. Had a good fucking run.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. Doctor Who.
Rest in pieces.
Rest in pieces. Exactly.
I would say raped in pieces, but there you go.
Well, entertainment as a whole is just falling apart right before our very eyes, like faster than I think any of us thought it would. I'm sure you guys have seen the headlines. There have been tons of headlines now of Hollywood getting a little introspective.
I think the way you could look at it is that if we were on like a scale, we've been talking about it, say from 100 to 0 in terms of our perception of how things are going to how things are. That happened over many years. They sat at like 90, and they couldn't hide it anymore. And then boom, and it went and just slammed right back down to like 10. And we're pretty much catastrophic now.
It is. It's a catastrophic blow to an industry that will not recover from this. It'll never be what it was in 2019.
We've talked before about how they would fluff up numbers in any way, shape, or form that they can, right? You guys have checked all different kinds of ways how they will report, what things they'll report, and then what things they refuse to report. And then, potential movie tickets, the way they give out subscriptions, all this stuff. It's all to fluff up a dying, and it doesn't work unless you resurrect it. Like if you keep this going until it comes back, okay. But if you kept it going until it's even worse, then it's all going to collapse. It's a big old house of cards at that point.
I mean, I'm not a financial analyst, but to all investors out there who have been supporting this, these companies, to a man, woman, and they, them, have been lying to you to fudge their numbers so you will keep investing. Saying it's going to get better. Next year, it's going to get better. It's not. And it hasn't. This has been a losing streak of years now, that they have been hiding from you. And you've been busy doing your thing, but it's now time to wake up. And I think people have, and now people are genuinely worried. David Ayer's out there, you know, a major director publicly going, God, I remember better times. He's taken the wrong lessons for it, or he's trying to use his language to stay in the club. Fuck the club.
I think that's what he's doing.
Yeah.
I think David Ayer is saying, look at me, Hollywood. Look, I'm defending us. Please bring me back for something substantial. I know that I had a bit of a cry about the whole Suicide Squad thing, but I'm better. I'm better now. I'm reindoctrinated. I want work. Please.
Well, he's got a movie coming out too. Jason Statham, The Beekeeper. Something like that. But
Right.
it's headlines from the Hollywood Reporter. Did Hollywood just have its worst year, or Hollywood just had its worst year in a generation? I would say generations. Generations. Absolutely its worst year. And it's got and the thing that they're in most fear of is you, because we are now entertaining ourselves.
Yes.
We are now entertaining ourselves. Tom Hanks, of all people, like openly admitted that, because when he was speaking on the strike, he's both producer, he's on both sides. So he kind of had to say, but he's like, you know what, guys, we're competing against YouTube, which is free. It's essentially free. Can't compete against that. So now they're competing against the audience that they have been. The movie business is hard, guys. I know. You've done all right, ladies. Probably because you haven't said, "Oh, it's hard." It's supposed to be fun. You're making pretend. It's not supposed to be hard. Creativity can be difficult. That's why it's a skill that not everyone has. But
it gets a lot. It gets a lot easier.
The more experienced you are.
When you don't come out and call your audiences racist, sexist, misogynists, homophobes, bigots, etc., which Disney are allowing their directors to say, which Disney themselves have said, which Kathleen Kennedy et al. Have done and said. And instead of trying to divide an audience, maybe, just maybe, try and bring them together. It's a crazy
that's
one.
been their biggest problem that they refuse to admit to this very day, and nothing will change until they collectively come to terms with that, openly talk about it, have conversations about it, and try to fix it, which they have no desire to do.
They're lazy.
Yeah, for the most part. I mean, a lot of people in Hollywood are lazy. They want all the accolades and fame from creativity, making movies and stuff without putting in the work. There are very few people who are all about the art and the story and filmmaking. And you know who those people are, because they're the ones that are still good. They're the ones who are there for the art, their creativity, to tell a story. And they're not necessarily there for the clout, for the fame.
Well, yeah, you when you got an industry of narcissists, being humble is the last thing that you want to be.
You want to be raised up on a pedestal.
Yeah, exactly. And when your shit fails, and you actually get legit criticism, instead of taking that on board because your ego won't allow it, you lash out, and that's what these people have been fucking doing now for, well, a long time, at least 10 years now, about 10 odd years, and it's got to the degree where they haven't just alienated core audiences, they haven't just alienated niche audiences, they're now alienating Joe Public. And that's the big problem.
So there have been a lot of articles. New York Times has written 2, and they're going particularly after Disney, but Disney is just the lost leader of Hollywood, right? So it's and Ryan brought it up in multiple videos, and he's right. The metric you have to look at is not dollars, okay, because they never account for inflation. The top box office films are a total farce, by the way, because they don't adjust for inflation. The number one movie in of all time is still Gone with the Wind.
Gone with the Wind, yeah,
and will be. It's just not going to get surpassed, especially now. But you also have to look at tickets sold to humans, and those are down 40%. You lost almost half your audience in a very short amount of time. 3 years.
Make divisive
COVID,
films,
yeah.
push divisive politics, make divisive statements. You're going to divide. That's the whole nature of divisiveness. But the thing is, they're not just dividing, they're dividing, and then what they had left, they're dividing, and then what they've had left of dividing, they are just annihilating their
all
audience.
that's left for the people, like the people that show up to who that are apparently, this stuff is made for. It's pretty shit. Like of the actual projects that get made, they're just really badly done as well.
Yeah, I don't think half the like. I mean, we know the fucking idiots on social media that run defense for the corporations. They're either A, part of a marketing bot team, or B, they don't care about that franchise anyway. They just care about corporation brand because they're fucking dumb.
Well, yeah, a good example of that would be the people who are mad at Drinker for liking Godzilla -1. It's like a reverse example of this, where they're like, I don't like that he like. It's like, you should be happy that one of the most influential movie reviewers is praising a film that you think is very good and a franchise you want healthy. But that's how like fucking vindictive everything has got, to the point where you'll sabotage the media you like in order to prevent people from liking it along with you. We get accused of this. It's very simple. Join the fandom. Don't try and change it.
Yeah. It doesn't get simpler than that. Well said. You can like whatever the fuck you like. I don't. It doesn't bother me at all.
When we're talking about like, who would win in a fight, like Balrog or fucking Iron Man or something like that, and then someone comes in being like, don't you think that you should talk about the, I don't know, sexuality of Iron Man, for example? Be like,
no,
you can go ahead and do that. But yeah, and then to be like, to restrict it down to the point where none of what was so powerful, interesting, and meaningful is left, and then no one's left. Everyone leaves. It's that meme. I don't know if you've seen it. It's like everyone's in like a little house. Some guy's like, "Can I join?" And then he walks in, and then everyone gradually starts leaving. And then he's the only one that's left, saying a bunch of bullshit, and then he leaves, and it's just dead.
Yeah,
that's exactly what happened.
But what happens is they then move on to another franchise.
Because they're and the bottom line, especially when we talk about pop culture, specifically genre, which we're into, genre can be dramatic and all this, but it's supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be mostly fun, and they sucked all the fun out of the room, like you just said with that guy with the meme. Nobody wants to talk about racial politics in Lord of the Rings. Nobody, other than what Tolkien has set up. Outside, not our real world stuff, what Tolkien has set up. It's
some of the meme captures that I think is really important too is and Gary, as myself, an extra girl, I'm sure, have all got this, where there's things we're fans of that barely anyone else even knows about, and that's fine. That's totally fine. It's like whether people get into it or not, it's okay. It can be considered obscure, whatever. The people like the guy in that meme, they didn't turn up because they liked the thing. They turned up because that's where everyone is.
Yes.
And they're
like a popularity contest where you infiltrate the group and you get them to try to like you, but they don't because
exactly. But it's with activism, because they know you can make original like woke content all day long. I give a shit. I mean, I'll still criticize it if it's like, obviously the American society, but because it's a meme, it's a parody, but for the most part, make it all day long, and guess what? Nobody will watch it. That's why they have had to latch themselves onto every single intellectual property. That's why they latch onto things that are popular. They wait for them to get popular, and then they start hitching their wagon to it, and their wagon drags everything down.
It's very insidious, almost. To do that. Oh, as you're muted. Oh, okay.
Have you seen that? Because we were talking about that American Society of people. And,
I'm boiling a kettle.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Sorry. Go on, Mullen.
Ron Burnett was talking about how there's a movie that's come out alongside this one. I forget what it's called. It's got Jeffrey Wright. That's it.
Oh, American Fiction.
Yeah. Like, I saw the trailer for that. That looks really funny.
It does.
American Fiction?
It's straight up calling out white woke Hollywood culture, and also black woke culture.
Like, I'm hoping to see it at some point, because that's a really fun movie to make this day and age. And I could buy as well that it would have been relatively cheap to make, and if it gets like even a vague amount of success as well as a bit of a word of mouth, it could probably have a bit of profit.
Yeah. Well, it probably didn't cost much to make. But all these standards and rules that Hollywood has put on themselves, and now there's more because of the strike, has driven up the cost of everything with a bunch of useless middle management that's DEI. And this is a real problem, and this is not something they can just get rid of overnight at all. And that's what's contributed to their fall, that they are now openly acknowledging.
I'm excited for more indie stuff, because when you have a smaller budget, you have to become more innovative and plan for effects in your actors and actresses to do certain things that maybe you can't CG like how Disney does. And it makes me sad, because I really, really loved a lot of the big IPs. And anytime I hear you guys are going to watch something, I did this during One Piece. You're like, you're going to watch One Piece, it's probably going to suck. I'll let you guys watch it first.
Have you seen Godzilla Extra Go?
Yes, in my D-Box seats.
$13 million budget, and that CGI is better than fucking the Marvels. It's better than pretty much every single Marvel cinematic movie that's been out there. $13 million budget.
You have to plan a lot more when you have a lot less money. And I mean, I'm going through the Lord of the Rings slowly, that they did, Mahler and Gary, and just hearing about how they blended a lot of the techniques between real and like graphic computer stuff. I didn't even notice it. Well, I mean, some stuff for sure you definitely know it's not real, but they did such a great job. You don't get that nowadays. It looks so fake.
Yeah, something that we talk about in that video is that they did a lot of things out of necessity at one point in different parts of filmmaking that then became industry standard, where you're like, oh, the easy way of doing the thing, we can't because of money or access, a lack of access to rights or lack of access to the right people. So we had to find this other way of doing it, which took much longer, was much more difficult, or sometimes it's even easier, but produces a result that's amazing. And then they're like, whew, we just pulled it off. And then other people see it and they're like, damn, that looks really good. And they're like, oh yeah. And then it can become a standard, but like we've gone the complete opposite direction the past 10, 20 years. Everything has been slotted into, because this is the magic of CG. There's nothing it can't do in a way. And then it's like, wait, but no, you've taken the wrong thing from that. No, stop. Now you're CGing people. You can get people. You don't need to CG people.
But we can CGI them though, but you can also get them and pay them as extras,
which is like they make nothing as extras. Okay.
Yeah. But it's costumes and it's getting them together and it's getting. It's just easier. It's easier for us to CG.
It is. It's all a controlled pipeline at that point. Instead of deferring to a person that you need to trust, who knows what they're doing, who then needs to put it to a bunch of other people, and needs to put. There's a big tree of workers, which I imagine Lord of the Rings had, an enormous set of productions filled with people who had responsibilities, and we were lucky that so many of them were very passionate and hardworking. And you need a good director pushing everybody in the right directions and picking, between difficult choices, getting things done on time. And there's all those stories of how everything almost went wrong. I always find that so endearing, instead of just, we had to create a big elephant, so we just sort of sent it to the CG people, and that was that.
It's been a bad year for woke Hollywood, and it's been fucking glorious to watch. Watching the bottom fall out, and then now they're gonna have to deal with next year, which holy shit.
Yeah. Rachel just dropping a fucking $100, not even a word said. Not even a word said. Slaps on the counter.
Yeah, they churned out garbage. For what every successful movie, they had 3 or 4 bombs, and we're talking just tentpole stuff. And then they delayed everything to 2025, which ultimately is probably good because most of it was woke shit. But then we're left with a COVID-like year next year, where we for the first time in living memory, we had 2 blockbusters released on the same weekend. That will not happen again. Next year, you're going to get a blockbuster like every quarter.
Dude, we're going to get
right now?
a barren media year by comparison, and the most politically divisive year we're going to get in forever, too.
I know, when we really need like a distraction.
Escapism, please. Like,
you know the beauty of all this is, though? Not our fucking problem.
Yeah, but they make it everyone's problem.
It doesn't. They can say all they want. They can blame all they want. They can scream and shout all they want. It doesn't translate into cinema tickets sell, though. So it's not our fucking problem.
Yeah, no, I'm with you on that. Like, and we're here for the change. It'd be nice to see what happens next. What artists can rise out of the ashes, that sort of thing.
Dude, I did a couple of videos on Barbie that did very well indeed from my channel. And I took I had a completely different angle from a lot of people in terms of how I perceive that film. You know, I was under no illusion that I thought that it was made with any intention of what I was saying, but it'd been done to such a degree, they'd gone so woke that they had converted it into parody. They had converted it into satire, and so you could look at it through that lens. And you know, there was a lot of people that were in that same sort of situation and same sort of mindset with it. And then we had Oppenheimer, of course, which was as earnest as you're going to get as regards to a film. And those two combining together, what they did 2.3 billion between them. What massive film have we got coming out next year? Dune 2. I don't think that's going to do $1 billion.
No,
I don't think it's going to get near to $1 billion. I think it's going to be lucky to hit 600,000-700,000. Lucky.
Do you think
there's one Marvel movie?
Real quick question on Dune. Do you think it benefits from the time it's coming out in, or is detrimental to the film?
I think it could be detrimental because, and I could be wrong about this, and maybe it's the oasis in a desert, but you need other films to drive people to the box office. You need something to drive the market to keep it going. What destroyed so many comic shops? Marvel and DC sucking, and it killed that need to go to your comic shop every Wednesday, and it's not even Wednesday now. And if you don't have a market driver, you're in trouble. So as good as it did, it could probably do better. It won't have competition. That's great. But Dune is not the most accessible franchise in the world because of its because of its story. You know, it's uber sci-fi. I'll probably like it a lot. I can't see it doing $1 billion. Deadpool 3 will do $1 billion, no matter what. I think it'll do $1 billion if it's semi good. Let's not forget Deadpool 2 was all right. That annoying kid.
Deadpool 3 will benefit from the fact that it's like people will be like, what is going on with superheroes right now? And then Hugh Jackman Wolverine, right? Like,
what was the box office for Deadpool 2?
Hey, I went out today to the nearest town.
Yeah, Deadpool 2 did 784 million.
Okay,
it's good.
That's good.
One hit a beat
for a sequel.
I think it's I don't know. One only cost like $70 million, so they made a fucking shitload of money off that. Let's see.
It'll all depend.
782 million. Yeah.
782. I'm excited for Argyle next year.
I saw that.
It's just because it's Henry Cavill, okay?
I know.
Whatever.
I like Henry. I like Henry Cavill, but he's the fictional person in it. He's not going to be in it a lot at all. And I was at the cinema again, just a couple of weeks ago, and the Argyle trailer played, and my normie mate just turned to me and just went, "That looks unbelievably bad.
Oh no.
And I was just like, I can't really argue too much.
We'll see. I like Matthew Vaughn.
I do like Matthew Vaughn, but hey Gary, yeah, I went to the nearest town today, and I remembered where the local comic book store was. So I said, let's go to local comic book store. So this is what I got from the local comic book store. I got a picture of it because it's closed down.
Oh.
Oh,
that's sad.
Comic industry thriving, by the way. Thriving.
Hey, there is a GoFundMe right now for Dan Vask to buy Dan Vask some shirt sleeves. Its goal is 20 pounds.
Did all the kids steal all his shirt sleeves?
They need them as blankets.
Look, if I look like Dan Vask, I'd wear singlets all day. All day, every day, man.
You just tweeted it. That's great. I love that it's only asking for 20 pounds.
20 pounds.
It goes a long way in Brazil, okay?
You just buy him a pack of like Fruit of the Loom shirts with sleeves on it. That's all you can do.
He just cut them off. He
would. Yeah, he must be horrible with socks as well. If he's losing sleeves, fucking socks. Well, he doesn't have socks in Brazil. They all run. They're all barefoot there. They can't afford shoes.
Oh my god.
God bless them.
Yep. If he got a pair of shoes, though, he could run away from the packs of murderous children. Starving murderous children.
Oh
my God. So
should we what go on?
No, I just to put a little cherry on top of the woke Hollywood stuff. I counted 10 articles from that are basically saying this was their worst year. This is their worst year.
Oh well.
Hey, Rebel Moon didn't help.
Oh, nope.
No, I don't even think that's going to be a blip on the radar with enough time passes. The fact that they've got two movies coming out within, 4 months now? It'll be, or 3, something like that. Yeah, like, oh God, that one's going to be even less engagement.
Over the next year, they have 4 coming out.
Well, because of the fucking extended versions.
Because the extended versions.
Well, isn't the conversation already drying up about Rebel Moon? Nobody cares. It's
been a week.
Okay, what I will say was fucking wacky was Christmas Day. We were supposed to put out Home Alone 2 EFAP movies, but it had copyright issues, which was some of the most fucking bizarre copyright issues I've ever had, by the way. You know the You Filthy Animal scene?
Yeah, great scene.
Tim Curry, fucking great, yeah. Edited in such a way that it shouldn't trigger copyright. Unfortunately, it goes up, copyright triggered on that scene. I was like, oh, what a shame. We'll have to try and find a way to go further and further. I check it, and it says the copyright is for audio for a whole minute. And I was like, oh, damn, we're really going to have to figure out how to do that then. But it says it's been hit for Won't Tell Your Boyfriend featuring Nate. A song that was made in like I don't even know who the artist is. Ruben Stunner.
Stuttered? Oh,
Dr.
I know
Moriarty.
Ruben.
Yeah, and I was like, what the fuck? Home Alone 2? What? Like, that's not even, the music's not even in the scene. How the hell did that get triggered? And it's just one of those things where the copyright system will sometimes just detect shit that's not even there.
Yeah,
I think if an algorithm's been run over it, it's all. Ugh.
Yeah, I think they did something to the algorithm, and it's triggering a lot of bullshit.
So yeah, that hasn't been solved, so that video can't be monetized now. But we delayed it by a day. That's the most I could before it's supposed to be a fucking Christmas video, so kind of ruins it if you release it in January 15th or something. It's like Merry Christmas. In any case, we released our Rebel Moon coverage early because we could.
I noticed that.
The reason I brought it up is because we had like 4.5K fucking people listening to it on Christmas Day. I was like, what?
Wow.
Yeah, I think people really did hate it.
Yeah, I think people did.
Like my video, I thought I did the video like not expecting. I was like, I just, I didn't even. I sat down and recorded it an hour. That never happens. And didn't expect much. I was like, nobody's watching Rebel Moon. Nobody cares. And the video did better, way better than I thought it would. So there is some ire out there, we'll say.
Well, this is Zack Snyder's let me back in the club. Let me be accepted again.
Well, it's also been pushed as his Star Wars, so that brings a whole other fandom in.
Star Wars killer.
Like Mahler mentions Army of the Dead a lot, as he should, which was Zack Snyder's first foray into like I have complete control, but it was a fart in the wind. But you put that Star Wars label on your stuff, and you go in the genre and science fiction. And I think, and I count myself as one. I think a lot of people were looking forward to this. We're like, hey, it would be kind of cool to see something kind of new, even if it's riffing on a bunch of shit. That doesn't bother me. If it's a good story, I don't give a fuck. But it's all the stuff that's in my wheelhouse. I'm like, this could be fun. Let's do this. And it was utter shit, like complete shit. And Zack Snyder was the producer. He wrote the story. He co-wrote the script. He was the cinematographer, and he was the director. So you cannot blame the studio.
Yeah, this is his baby completely.
All him.
And to be fair, this is more his baby than almost anything he's ever made.
Yep.
And it's his newest project. So it's just all bad for him in terms of assessing him as like an artist.
No.
You should watch it. It'd be funny if you did.
It is, because
I'll watch it.
The concepts are there. Like there are concepts that could be very good. Like that a competent person or a good storyteller would have crafted something into at least an enjoyable 6 out of 10 movie. Like but there is no characterization. There is exposition where they're telling you what's happening on the screen.
The exposition is fucking horrendous.
Show and tell.
Tell. Most of the showing is just weird, disjointed action scenes regarding like things that have nothing to do with the main story.
No, like we saw Turok the dinosaur hunter riding a griffin. I'm like, that looks pretty fucking cool. And you expect that maybe he's riding in the battle. No, he's just breaking him, and then they fuck off, and you never see the griffin again.
I'm sure it'll turn up in the final battle to help him or something.
It'll come in like the Eagles, except it went interplanetary. Like it goes to a different, flies through fucking space.
Yeah, it probably has warp drive installed.
They fly now.
They fly now.
But it's like, now. My favorite part was the back-to-back exposition, and I gave you one example of where it happens 2 or 3 times, where they explain a character and then 3 minutes later explain the same character essentially in the same way.
Mm-hmm. And it's funny because on top of all of that, the next movie is where they will be explaining the characters.
Yes.
According to the trailer.
According to the trailer, you get all the back stories of all the trailers that they explain. So they explained it to you. Now they need to show it to you.
Of course.
In the second part of the non-director's cut. So in the director's cut, those background scenes, they'll be more fighting and fucking or something, because Zach came out and said that it's going to feel basically like a different movie because there's more sex and violence.
What about characters, Zach?
About characterization.
I need someone to root for.
Yep.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Mm-hmm.
Do you see in the trailer where Evil Badman turns up and he's like, what are we doing? And then she's like, I'm going to beat you again. Because I already did.
Oh, like, he already got beat.
He got Kylo'd. He was annihilated by her in the final fight.
Totally got Kylo'd.
And he got brought back, and now he's coming back to be the bad guy again. It's like, why does nobody learn? Like, what the fuck?
I'm just gonna have to beat you up.
Yeah, 5'5", 105 pounds soaking wet, probably 95 pounds soaking wet. Beat the shit out of Ed Screen and Dario Naharis won. Sorry. And a bunch of rapey male feminist HR division of the whatever the fuck they're called, the Imperium or whatever the fuck it is, the
Empire.
It's the simplest shit, man. It's another avenue for character too. Why didn't you, if you're gonna copy Gamora anyway, why not make it so she has enhancements and she considers them scars of like being operated on, but they did it to make her a more efficient warrior, which makes her able to take out 7 dudes who are fucking 3 times her size at once. Why wouldn't you do that? It would make a lot more sense.
And it would take 3 seconds to explain.
Yep.
I was trained from a child. They gave me genetic enhancements and drugs. Boom, done.
Done.
Easy peasy.
Not very original, but explains it. Move on.
Well, like I said, there's nothing original in the film. Everybody's
There's a lot of copy and paste.
It is hilarious to gather like 5 people that say which thing does it copy the most, and they'll all have a different answer because he's stolen from like everything. And that's what a lot.
Sounds like
of
Picard
people
season 1.
Well, and it's as Gary was saying, like it's totally fine to remix stuff you're influenced by, but can you put something in there that's like kind of newish or different or interesting? Any of those?
No,
that'd be great.
No,
never mind.
Don't want to.
At least there's a pig man who tries to rape one of the guy characters.
Yeah, grabs him in the balls. Dario Naharis too gets Me Too'd,
Groped entirely.
and doesn't punch the guy like every other guy would do. He
Fuck
goes,
yes, he would.
Clutches his
It's
pearls.
obviously supposed to be subversive. Instead of the creepy man in the bar touching the girl, he's touching the guy.
Yeah, and then he tells the girl how much for him.
Yeah. And then she's like, get away from him.
And I had to look
mine
really tightly. But when she, by the way, the girl has to save him. The 5'4" girl has to save him. And when she slams gay pigman's head on the ground, it sounds like it's gay pigman yelping, going, oh! It's actually Dario Naharis too, going, oh! After she slams his head in the ground.
No.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, I didn't notice that.
I thought it was the big man.
No, it's not. I thought, I'm like, was that him? And it was him. Yeah, she grabbed his plantier.
Men are women.
His plantiers. And
it's subverting gender roles, guys.
I know. Well, that's what the whole bar was doing.
Oh, and the key in the future, I'm sure, is the princess who is good at bringing creatures back to life, and she was the one protecting the princess.
That shit was
good.
Fucking beyond funny to me when in like the flashback she's like, you know, generations of war it created a life giver, and I was like, I'm sorry, what? It's like,
yes,
it's a child who could just bring creatures back to life because there was just so much war. It's like
so much evil.
Wait, what?
Okay, no,
yes,
okay,
exactly.
This is how they set this up. There's an empire that used up all its planet's resources, so it went out and just conquered the shit out of the universe. But at some point, the king and queen, like, we've done enough evil in our time. Maybe our daughter will be good. And she was the life giver, and she brings a bird back to life because she's the girl's the key to everything.
They say that the fact there was loads of war makes it so that a nice person is born. It's like, what the fuck are you talking about?
From evil comes good. That's how they view themselves.
It made no fucking sense. So the slightly less evil king and queen were killed, and their empire became slightly more evil. But they were still always fucking evil.
Oh, and don't forget, Gary, that in the whole universe, the leading rebellion army and the mother world, so the Empire and the rebellion, they both get their food from this one tiny settlement on a moon.
This one tiny settlement that can produce like 12,000 bushels of wheat. And although they can literally extract the memories of a dead man's brain, they can't like do hydroponics and fucking grow plants in their fucking ship.
Remember, they have a whole planet for mining cobalt, no planets for farming. Nope.
No
Remember the planet they say is thriving for 10,000 generations, that King Squidman? They nuke his entire planet instead of, I don't know, taking the planet, yeah.
This sounds like it sounds like you guys aren't intellectual enough to understand the vision of Zack Snyder.
Apparently we're not, according to like a couple of people on Twitter.
It was funny. I was talking to Theory about it, right? Star Wars Theory, and I explained the whole bushels, the nature of like the supplies, the way that the Empire would not want a fucking tiny settlement's food. And he said, yeah. No, they didn't, did they? That was like the reason they gave, but it wasn't. I was like, no, that was the reason. And he was like, no,
I'm going to watch this.
They just said that, right? And I was like, nope, that was the reason. They said that their supply chain was attacked by the rebels and they need food.
Our civilization can grow plants in space right now. We can grow pot in our fucking closets.
It's
but they can't grow food on our fucking spaceship.
what I'm trying to say is like it's so stupidly written. There are people out there like Theory who are just like, no, I can't take what they just said literally because that would be too stupid. It has to be something else. And I was like, no, it is that.
No,
It's that.
I can
This
only
is
tell
very
and
much like that.
I thought they did a very I don't have I've grown pot in a closet before in the past, Slade. But not but no, they did make a very good impression of Disney Star Wars, I thought they did. They Kylo'd the bad guy. We've got a Rey. Yeah.
Lots of sand.
Lots of sand.
It would have been a way better opening if
Gets everywhere.
by the way, as the rebels, they're called the Blood Axes. It's just
Right, so that's like a Warhammer reference.
And
there's lots of Warhammer's been taken.
Dude,
Okay.
and it's straight up space Antifa led by Ray Fisher and his sister. And of course he has to die because we can't have a male sharing power with a girl boss.
Gary, he's gonna get more time with flashbacks in the next movie to find out more
I hope
about him.
so.
It's so
Do you want to know more about the guy that just died, who you
Yep.
just met? No.
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 Oh, tough.
Who takes us? Because we know him more than the character who takes his place, who just walks up and says, "I'll join you, Blood Axe, non-binary woman."
Wait, can we show as the scream?
Yes. Hang on.
I can pull it up as well if you want.
You pull it up.
Rebel Moon, another.
Oh, for God's sake, why do you hate me this much?
Oh, really? You're gonna pull that card up to make me watch Doctor Who today?
Also, space.
Well,
bananas.
You decided on that. Did I ever contact you and say watch Doctor Who?
If I hadn't, you would have been like, Mewbles, you didn't watch the new Doctor Gay? What kind of co-host are you?
Gay.
I'm gonna expose you on Heel versus Baby Ifaki.
You
still haven't fixed that, by the way.
You are he.
I don't know if you did you intend to fix it? Do you know what I'm referencing when I call you that?
What?
Your Twitter handle on the screen.
What?
CE.
Yes.
Heel
This is
versus
his baby.
Baba fucky.
Dude, I fucking knew it.
we
Like,
just
when I made
had-
the joke, I thought you got what I was referencing.
dude, we just did a grand tour where Jeremy Clarkson like fucks with Richard Hammond's writing on his cards, changes from Martini to Martin. You didn't notice until the end of the fucking episode. Yeah,
Yeah.
you just did it.
Martin.
It's Martin.
That was so good.
I get called the bimbo.
Right?
Yeah.
Where's this scream then?
I'm doing it. Share screen. Gotta be
Okay.
audio as well, right?
Yeah,
Share the
yeah,
audio
yeah,
too,
yeah. Oh, bloody hell. Here we go.
Okay. I'll play it in like 5-second pieces, but this is our character. He's just done his huge sacrifice that in and of itself is pretty hilarious. But there's a character we've known for about 1 minute that's about to react to this.
1 minute.
Okay.
He's, oh,
That's a oh my god.
I'm so over the top.
Wade!
I'm being serious here. Is this was that a CGI scream?
No, maybe it's an, I don't know.
Just watch it go now.
I'm gonna use that clip forever. It's so good.
It's so extreme.
So over the top, and it's so much more emotion is put in that into the entire fucking
they
film.
must have had an unbelievably connected relationship.
They
Oh,
did.
God, yes.
We knew them both for about 5 minutes in this 2 hour and 14-minute film, and she had 1 or 2.5 lines.
Oh.
Look, I know we're taking a piss here. I know. But I just want to say, don't ever take Wade's name in vain again. Because Wade died for our sins.
Wade died for our sins. Wade!
Wade!
He was my
How did
favorite
Wade
old
die?
Wade.
He got a box thrown at him.
And I love that the snow speeders were sewage. They were literally sewage speeders. That's what they were. They were converted to get rid of human waste.
Which is Star Wars.
Disney Star Wars in a nutshell.
Right. Time is a ticking, so let's smack through some supery duperies.
Smack our bitch up.
Smack that bitch.
I'm scared.
Ellich of Melbourne with the 2 Canadians says Mike Yates shares a pint with the Brigadier in heaven. And then Ellich of Melbourne, and not Geralt of Riviera at all, has become a new member. So thank you, man. Brass Monkey.
Welcome.
Gifting 5 memberships to the stream. Thank you, Brass Monkey. As is Wonky Eyebrow being a member for 18 months. Thank you. And the Old Guard has been a member for 28 months. Is on time, but still gay. Happy Boxing Day. Happy Boxing Day to you.
Happy Boxing Day, UK. It's lame that the America does not celebrate Boxing Day.
Well, you're not part of the Commonwealth.
Canada does.
Yeah, because you're
If
part
you
of it.
want to be, though, we'll welcome you back.
Yeah, we
Oh
can
no,
come
I don't
back.
want to. I want any part of your fucking government, but I'll celebrate Boxing Day.
Let's have a tea party.
It was worth a
A
try.
Boston tea
Oh, good. Yeah, I
party.
want to ask a council to take a piss. Yeah, no thanks.
Okay. As is Wonky Eyebrow with a £2 says, Gary is always late. He just doesn't give a fuck. Wow. For the Emperor.
That wow, I do. I took the fastest shower.
He was
ever.
showering with care. Okay, that's what he was doing.
I'm going
Yeah.
to have a shower after this stream. That's the only good thing about this hotel is the showers are fucking insane in the pressure.
Ooh, rain shower head. I love the rain shower head.
Oh, no. No.
Shut up.
No, this doesn't have the rain. No, they don't have those. This is a British shitty travel lodge.
Your mind is going to be blown when you come to America and you see our hotel rooms, even in the kind of our shitty
There's
hotels.
air conditioning.
There's air
Am I just gonna-
conditioning.
Air conditioning.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go round everyone and go, everywhere's so big.
Yes, it is.
See, look, you see the portion of this? It's so big.
Mm-hmm.
Everything I know.
Size queen.
Yeah, baby. For the Emperor has been a member for 12 months. Says Mauler Z Faps Lord of the Rings video is so good. I'm on my 3rd watch of it.
Damn.
Whoa.
Well,
That is awesome.
that's a big compliment. So thank you. We
Thundercat. Go on.
hope to entertain. I was just gonna say we hope to entertain, of course, with that.
It was really
So
good.
glad to hear it.
Yep.
Thundercat's Ho has been a member for 16 months. Tanner Roo with a $2 says Gary needs a good hoo-ha washing.
Okay.
Yeah.
What?
A hoo-ha. You don't know
Yeah.
that?
Yeah, yes, I do. I don't have one though. That's the thing. I don't
The
have
wolf-
a hoo-ha. I can see your hoo-ha. Forgetting Sarah Marshall. Come on.
The Wolfram Heart 79 has been a member for 6 months. Ministry of Wrong Think with the $10 says the whole woke thing was cute at first, but it's not funny anymore. There's a full-blown propaganda blitz happening to us. We're literally under assault. What's their end game?
It's the death
Everyone's
rattle.
gay.
No, it's they know they're losing, so they're going to double and triple, quadruple down.
Oh.
I said this years ago. Things are going to get so much worse before they get better, and then now we have holdovers because of all the delays. So you're going to see stuff. I mean, you're going to see stuff that felt like, wow, this felt like it should have come out in 2018, which it probably did. And a lot of these concepts did come from that era, 2018, 2019, 2020. So yeah, it's the death rattle. People are sick of
Can't
it.
wait for the magical society of American Negroes. No, that's not right.
That's not right. It's American Society of Magical.
Negroes.
Nice
I don't have my
people.
Eric clip, so
N words.
What?
N-word.
The magical N-words. What?
I can't say that N-word, right? Is that how it works?
You can say whatever the
Actually,
fuck
no,
you
you can
want.
say Negro
Oh,
because that's the name of the film.
I don't know.
I don't think that's how there are film names you still wouldn't
You know
say the
what?
names of
People
as.
get canceled for singing lyrics.
I am not getting.
She's
I am
absolutely
not
right.
getting cancelled because a racist
As if
film.
you get to choose when you get booed off
They should
YouTube for saying a word.
They
Dude,
should
we
do
get
the
booed off
ultimate.
every day.
Yeah, but those that's close to words people can like report you for and stuff. That's why I'm not even taking close to a risk on that one. That's the shit
That's
that
the
can
name
pull
of the
the
film.
carpet.
That is the name of the film.
There is a film, a sci-fi film that came out, I want to say in 1978 or 87. It has a name that you would not read out on stream. So just because a film has
Film
the
Actors
name,
Guild.
Okay.
some people in chat know what I'm talking about.
But this I bet they're fucking saying it. I bet, but this is meant to be a romantic comedy.
They should do the
I
ultimate racist double feature. They should do
Hey,
Birth
for the
of a
record,
Nation.
we should be able to say anything. I
absolutely.
fucking hate
Yes,
that
yes.
they can take down channels for saying naughty words. It's stupid as hell.
So yeah, they should do Birth of a Nation and then followed up with the American Society of Magical.
Sounds like we're talking about food.
Magical.
Cake.
Yeah, space movie from 1992. That's the one. Let me just post a picture of it for you, as that you don't need to bring up on screen. You can just
Okay.
search it.
Okay.
There you go.
Let's
It
have a
exists.
look.
It's real.
Have a look.
Oh my god! Is that real?
It's the name of the film, so just say it then, Ed.
No.
Showing the romantic comedy.
Dude, there's a giant black like starfish on Earth too. I mean,
It
just
looks like
kind
a
of
butthole.
drives the point home. Yes.
I haven't seen that film, Orla. I haven't seen it.
I missed that one.
No, I would have thought it'd be one of your favorites.
No, I haven't seen that one.
Have you got
Maybe,
the 4K?
I'll get around to it at some point.
Collector's
Maybe.
edition, maybe.
Okay, is it out in 4K?
I'd hope so. Otherwise, that's a sin.
Oh no.
People said doing EFAB movies. I was like, I don't know what the fuck's gonna be in that movie.
Oh, I'm guessing some. Anyway, let's move on.
Well, it's called Doctor Who.
Yes, well, that was what
Oh no.
well, yeah, you just posted Doctor Who. We're shooting at Fish Shooter 24 has been a member for 7 months. Scuba Dude with a $2 says replicant as. Do androids dream of electric sheep? James Bursey with a $10 says, as his mum is the incarnation of the right, you are my love lady. Seriously, looks just like her. Oh, me mum's lovely. Me mum's lovely. That's what she is like. Emilio gifting 5 memberships to the stream. Thank you, Emilio. Butter Biscuit 92 with a $5 says, have fun getting your job back on FNT as. Don't want it.
Wow.
Especially if that real,
what the
real
hell's that
British.
all about? Whoa, wait a minute.
Hey, if you want to keep any Mauler, Disroot, I'm okay. Take him.
There's no way I could be a regular on that as well. Okay, this is getting absurd.
Especially with that real British representation that's replaced you. Oh, fuck off, Butter Biscuit. Let's get rid of that. Wilson, the unauthorized biography of Tom Hanks with a 10 Canadian says, hey, Lord, question for Az. Are you still dead or are you truly back to life? If you are alive, was it a Christmas miracle or being dragged down from heaven in time for Rings of Power Season 2? Am I alive?
Is this like a Doctor Who regeneration good thing like the earlier shows, or a bad thing like newer show regeneration?
Az is gonna get a bi generation.
Yeah. I'm gonna buy myself.
You've been bought by regeneration? Damn.
Yeah. Ronaldo A. Ramirez has been a member for 11 months. Thank you. And the Beast 808 with a $10 says, hope you all had an awesome Christmas and continue blessings in the new year. Update on the next T as love all the EFAP drops, Morley, and can't wait for that top 5 Gary. Aloha and remain blessed. Same to you, dude.
It's half done.
Dizzy Bronx with a $5 says, poor Gary can't complete with the pure magnetism of Mauler.
Oh,
He's an eldritch god. Like,
yeah.
Often known to be charming.
Farmer Jack with a $10 says, Merry Christmas all. Mauler. Thanks to the Lord of the Rings video. I'm much enjoying it, though if I hear one more well-meaning person on the internet saying Tom Bombadil is a plot hole, I'll probably forthright.
It's only having a fun chat. I don't think anyone was seriously referring to him that way. Though, to be fair, I don't even I just asked them about it. I don't even know who Tom Bombadil is.
no, he's not a plot hole. It's just as far as adapting Tolkien, it would be very difficult unless you wanted to make it much longer. There's parts of that I wish were in, but they're not, and it still works. But
from what I've heard you talk about, there's so much world building to almost the world of Lord of the Rings that is not even touched upon in the movies.
Yep.
You know, that encapsulates a lot of what is missing, like how the world is created, what the fact that the wizards are there for very specific reasons, or like they have roles, and there's more than just Gandalf and Saruman, stuff like that. It's like people who watch the movies exclusively have no idea. And it helps make the world a lot more cohesive and understandable, as I imagine it would for Tom Bombadil. But like Peter Jackson obviously avoided getting too much into stuff like that. Like, you know, like when Gandalf says, I was sent back with a task and stuff, it would make people be like, sent back by who? What do they do? What's their thing? Like the movies are like, we're not going near that. We're just going to carry on. You know, so the books in that way help give extra context from what I've gathered.
Red Argyle with a £5 says, thoughts on Blue-Eyed Samurai on Netflix. Drinker put me onto it, and I just binged it. It was great. Haven't seen it yet. It's on my radar.
Mark loves it.
I'm liking it so far.
I've seen the first half of the first episode by chance. That to make sure I'm on the right thing. It is the guy with no hands. That's part of it, right? Make sure I'm watching the right show. Animated,
yes.
Animated, yeah.
A blue-eyed samurai.
Yeah, I think I'm watching. Yeah,
yeah.
It's a story about
samurai with blue eyes.
Tifa.
Oh, Tifa.
No, I said it's a story of Az trying to find his Tifa.
Kenneth LaRocque has become a member, and Nerdy Mama has been a member for a month. Thank you, the pair of you. Ronaldo A. Ramirez with a $50. So, as you hear that a Predator omnibus is being censored for bad people symbols from the Civil War and World War II, and a story is being, I think, removed where a prison is having a race war and they start to work together to kill the Predator. Weird to remove that.
It is weird, and it's cheaper probably to find the comic books than to buy the omnibus.
Yeah.
I can't see those comic books being worth a ton of money. And it's fucking retarded.
Hey. Ministry of Wrong Think with a $5. Disney is literally giving Doctor Who the Captain Marvel issue 1 treatment. It's a reboot into what? I have no fucking idea, man. UP Shunt with a €2 says,
that like sliced into my ear. That
yeah, that did. I think I have a ruptured eardrum now.
You don't need to recreate it, you fuck.
Yeah, thank you.
Of course, Gary sounds weird. He's from America. It's a fair point.
Facts.
Well made. But you just call me a fag.
I said, damn.
Oh, I said something. You just went.
I said facts.
Oh,
But on that note, yes, you are.
There's a Freudian slip.
I just saw you leant to the mic and went, fag. I was like, where did that come from, Beekler? Samuel Schwarzka with 5 Swiss says, Doctor Who, shoot tea into the sun. Why was he? Oh, never mind. What's the point? Joe with the $5 says, I wasn't recruited by the BBC. I know I'm American, but I thought inclusion was more important than that. What the fuck? Inclusion is not important. Inclusion of good writing is the important inclusion. Good characterization. Never mind. Wild Hunter with a £2 says, Shooty Gatwa is Miles Morales. Yes. Because he's not Spider-Man, if you know what I mean. Mazit Wizard with a $20 says, when will Hollywood figure out that we don't give a fuck how hard they worked? We give a fuck about how good, well written, and wait for it, how entertaining the entertainment is.
Oh, I'm sure creatives in Hollywood, when they go to a restaurant, are just eternally impatient with their waitresses or waiters or cooks. If the food is wrong, or if they don't get their car fast enough from a valet, or they get their plane ticket screwed up, I'm sure they're just wonderful to everybody.
Oh,
you know, those people work hard too.
Good for you.
Good for you.
And how was it?
Wild Hunter with a £2 says, Soskas are so fucking cool. Couple of great ladies there. Couple of amazing ladies there. Can't wait for Yaira. It's your boy.
Yep.
Kalioth with a $10 says, hail, films made broadly attract interest and success. Narrowing them discourages both and ultimately does not pay those contracts they feel entitled to for their perceived reality. Weird. Correct. It's amazing what happens when you appeal to a broad audience and then what happens when you push a very niche 9.9, baby.
Ooh.
Woof.
Goodness.
Yeah.
Magnus Toth with a $20 says, I think at least one Max Landis episode is still on Red Letter Media. It's the one where he introduces them to the Neil Breen movies. Yes. I Thine 9.9 with a £10 says, always enjoy your shows. Thank you, I. Edward Morris with a $5 says, honestly, so much of the shit would be forgiven if they just come out and said that the show is not a direct adaptation, but they said it's still a prequel. It's got to be good. I mean, that's the problem. It's got to be good.
Trouble with.
Yes.
Yeah.
9.9, cover C. Wild Hunter with a £2 says, happy fucking Merry Mass to you all. Happy Christmas to you. Happy Christmas and Happy New Year. Merry New whatever. Matthew Bogard with a 140 Zargons says, thanks for the Christmas stream, chaps. I'm alone this Christmas, but a little less alone with the fellowship. Love and greetings from the fatherland. Hey, you hang in there, buddy.
Yeah.
Hope you've had a good time. Hope you've watched plenty of streams. Lots of people doing stuff. So you don't feel alone. You got us here.
Yeah, I think it's part of why we try to get some streams done on Christmas, is we know there's some people out there who, you know, aren't necessarily able to hang out with some people. So it's like, hey, we're here.
Yes.
We're doing
We're
stuff.
here.
Yeah.
That Christmas stream was crazy.
Yeah,
Thanks for
particularly
coming
while
on.
we try and do that Christmas stream.
Oh yeah, sorry, that the
was
main didn't
fun.
come back for like half an hour with that one.
I didn't know if you'd just fallen asleep or what.
Fucking annoying.
Yeah.
I was just waiting. I was sitting out because like the internet does that every once in a while. It cuts out. It did it for the last EFAP briefly.
Oh no.
But yeah.
Oh, no.
It's starting to get particularly frustrating.
Oh,
You're very Canadian.
Oh, you lost your yeah.
Oh, you
you
know,
lost your internet
fuck,
there, eh?
on that note,
Not all of
you know, I was watching Scary Movie 4 for like 15 minutes. I had to wait for something. I was like, I'll put that on, fuck it, whatever. Because I remember that being worse than, 1 and 3 and stuff. And I was like, yeah, some stuff's okay, some stuff's funny. But it was already more effort than a lot of comedies you'll see these days. In any case, they're parodying The Grudge. I don't know if you've ever seen The Grudge.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
Anna Faris's character is walking into the house, and she's agreed to take care of the people there, whatever. And she sees the kid, right, from The Grudge, who's running around making noise and stuff. And she goes, "Hello," when she sees him, and he doesn't reply. Then she goes, "Hello." I completely forgot they did that.
I expect you all to say hello to me from now on, otherwise I'm not acknowledging you.
Hello, X-ray
Hello,
goo.
Erin
You'd
pipes with
never
a
see
5
that shit in a
not
comedy
today.
these days.
No.
Love it.
Hello.
Oh, you got a shirt?
Diddly squat shirt.
Nice. Erin pipes with a $5 says, should we sign off and take a nap while Gary figures out how to stream? No. No. Snuffy357 with a $10 says, hell, real BBC. I scored some nice hardcovers for Christmas. Nightfall Omnibus Volume 1, Blade of Early Years, and Watchmen Deluxe Edition. Nice. John Thomas with a $5 says Amazon has some weird ass Batman cartoon with a young Damien with shit animation. Like
That animation is garbage.
Parents. Watched less than 2 minutes of it, and I was like, "What the fuck? What is it?"
It's like some, what was it called again? Chat, Shitty Batman. That's what you just call it, Shitty Batman. It's like some Christmas Batman special. But it's Cal Arts. It's Cal Arts.
Yeah, I didn't know. I looked at that.
Yeah.
I thought, fuck off. Fuck off. Stop fucking destroying your brand, you dumb fucks.
Jim Lee's large in charge, man. He's really just taken the reins of that organization and hid in his office and doodled while
hey, that's
work
not
girlfriends
fair.
take over and make everybody gay.
That is not fair, Gary. He's not doing that. He's out fishing.
Oh, okay.
Rooster Coburn with a $2 says Dr. Sauron Gupta.
Dr. Sauron Gupta.
Fizzenthorpe with a $10 says, I thought you guys said Hollywood is turning a corner. Yeah, they turned a corner 4 times and they're right back on the path where they were before. We're not anywhere near the end of this crap. No,
Yeah,
we have said
what was
turn the
said,
corner.
Nobody said we're at the end.
Yeah.
No,
We said that-
what's turned the corner is the public perception. Hollywood's, I guess technically it's turning a corner, falling off a cliff. I mean, depending on your perspective, that could be a corner.
No, yeah,
But-
I think the dynamic is now different than it was even a year ago, and that was different than it was even 2 years ago. You know what I mean? Like it's things are different, things are changing. But remember, they take ages to catch up with the current meta, so to speak. Anyway, the results of like the damage that's been done today even won't be seen for a little longer. But you know, it comes in waves.
2 to 3 years. Take a 610 with a $5 says, so are Anuta and Keller Brimborn going to reenact the pottery?
Anuta.
I'm
I can see the fucking soul.
It's going to be Anita. The Lord
is Anita and Celery Brimbor going to reenact the pottery scene from the movie Ghost? Question is Keller Brimbor Swayze or Demi Moore? Demi Moore.
Kelly Brimbor. He's Demi Moore.
Yeah. Graph Web with a $2 says hashtag cancel Disney Plus. Fuck's sake. What do you have? Bone Apple Tea Party with a £10 says happy Crimbo to you all. Keep on trucking. Much love. You too. Thank you.
Yeah, we do mean teleporno.
Yeah.
Josh Kelsey dropping a $20. Josh, thank you. The Schmigs with a 20-month membership. Speaking of Ragnarok, Morley is right. The game is amazing. Wife got me a PS5 for Christmas early, and I've been playing through it as well. I'm about halfway through, and I'm loving it.
Easy recommendation.
Matthew Fachin with a 10 Canadian says, out of the big four, which one's your favorite? The Simpsons, King of the Hill, South Park, or Family Guy? Mine is The Simpsons, but I'd like to hear your guys' opinions.
All of them at their absolute best. Would that be the...
Sure.
So for me, I didn't watch much King of the Hill at all, so that's disqualified. It's not fair for me to consider it because I just didn't see enough. Family Guy loses immediately to Simpsons and South Park at their best.
Yes.
Now this is where it gets tough because Simpsons, amazing comedy and really insightful, like perspective on life with some of the greatest episodes. The one I would obviously go for is something like Do It For Her, where it's all about Homer and his relationship with Maggie when she's born, the sacrifices he'll make for her and stuff like that. That plus the comedy of like an episode like Lisa on Ice or whatever else where it's just machine gunning jokes. But then, of course, you have South Park that has some of the toppest tier satirical like takes on life and some really insightful things to say while also being as crude as possible in the best way possible. Like, it's so funny and how much they just don't give a fuck and they'll just target everybody and have plenty of you to think about. So I'm gonna have to go bias and probably pick Simpsons because I was watching that way more when I was younger. This is those two will be tied at the top for their best, but I'll just pick Simpsons.
Me too. It's the family values that the Simpsons had that beats all the other shows for me.
South Park.
I would go Simpsons as well.
But I would really go Venture Brothers.
Ooh, Futurama beats Simpsons, though.
I'd go Ulysses 31, but
well, I was gonna say, the current state of a lot of these cartoons are fucking way worse than their primes,
Oh, I haven't watched The Simpsons in over 20 years now.
Yeah,
so whereas The Simpsons is a zombie, like South Park is still kind of kick-ass, so it definitely wins that fight.
The Brujo with a 5 Australian says Boogie's Flappy Fooper. Oh,
oh no.
Fooper.
Adam Reese became a new member. Mark of Reality's been a member for 15. Stitch has been a member for 4. And Shorty has been a member for 43 months. Thank you, a lot of you guys. Japanese Demon Lord Abare with Abare Lucifer with a $5 says, here's he line that turned Dan gay. Here, I think it's here's the line that turned Dan gay. $20 is $20. Mark of Reality with a $2 says, soon. Happy New Year, everyone. Happy New Year. Upcoming New Year, dude. JJ Gosling with a £2 says, did Boogie play Clem? We Shenanigans with a $5 says, hail all. I, for one, welcome our new AI as Overlord.
I just want to say that's a deep cut reference. Clem. That's a season, I want to say 6 or 7 Buffy character that's just really flabby, basically.
Aww.
That's all the context you need.
Isaac Desormo with a $5 says, can you sprinkle crumbs for Dan Vask? Should be child assassins. That video is fart balls.
Fart balls, huh? All right.
Wow. John Platt's been a member for a month. Says, hail to the real BBC, Gary as Longman and Exure Girl. And the mods and chat. Doctor Who has fallen a long way from the classic William Hartnell and Tom Baker Doctor. Amen.
There's a channel on Roku that just runs classic Doctor Who all fucking day long. It's called Doctor Who Classic. Yeah. I just randomly all watch them. They're so fucking good. So good, so creative. They had nothing to work with. And nothing to work with except for writing and performances. And somebody was throwing around on Twitter the other day, like Tom Baker going out to meet fans back in the 70s, dressed up as Doctor Who, and it looked like the fucking Beatles. Like, that's how popular it was. It's fallen a long way.
I love, because I'm in the good spot right now, where you can fall in love with just one character that appears in just the one episode so easily within an hour. And these shows, they're like 12 episodes long, and you're like, I don't even like these people.
Right.
Yep.
That's it. I mean, because they're writing themselves right now. They're writing for themselves. They're writing for their peers. That's what happened to the comic book industry too. They're writing for their peers. This modern audience is just them, this woke mind virus bubble, and they just think they're right, and they've just lost all connection to the audience. They've lost all connection with reality, and most of the writers are very young, and many of us have brought this up in the past. They have no life experience. So they don't. How in the fuck can you write a human when you're not even a fully realized human yourself?
Amen. Pet Brett with a 5 Canadian says Bing's version of Dolly gave me a lecture on why Canadian PM wouldn't eat a steak or fuel up a pickup truck. Happy Christmas, all. Dizzy Bronx with a $2 says Boogie can't afford to get off the internet. I think there's some truth there.
Yeah.
I am the wizard who knocks with a $5 says hope you guys had a Merry Christmas. D-Roy with a $5 says have you ever watched Mission Hill? It is an entertaining gay couple who provides more than just being gay. Hail to the fellowship. Helen Morgan with a £50 says, why is Doctor Who more like a cheap Labyrinth knockoff than Doctor Who now? Does RTD hate Doctor Who? It seems the only logical conclusion at this point. Well, they've said, I think one of the reasons is he doesn't see Doctor Who as science fiction anymore. He sees it as fantasy. And that's why probably this episode didn't feel remotely like a Doctor Who episode. Because it didn't feel like Doctor Who, because Doctor Who is rooted in science fiction, not fantasy. Right, I'm going to cherry pick a couple because time is against us, ladies and gentlemen. Ian Soforth gifting 10 memberships to the stream. Thank you, Ian. Robo96 with a £50 says, I think I'm right in saying that an Eccleston episode, Rose, refers to the Doctor as gay as a playful insult, and RTD justified putting that in the script as it's just how people like her would talk, which proves RTD once served the show rather than himself. Yeah.
She does. You should hear some of the stuff in Buffy too.
There's some baguettes. I think in Buffy, isn't there?
There's retarded.
There's retards.
There's retards.
Drinky Crow with a $50 says, as you skinny baguette, hope you undie. Oh. Well, that's undies are like underwear in the UK. So I was like, what's he want me to? What's this thing?
Yes, because hope you undie makes more sense than hope you undie.
Yeah. I am tired, okay?
I feel like I'm
He needs a shower, okay? It's wearing on him.
I do. I need to get in a hot shower, piping hot
shower. Wash that filth out.
Maybe take off your undies before you go in. Maybe.
It's not how they
I'm
do
gonna
it.
Take off my Gary. I'm gonna take off my undies.
You're gonna take off your top and your blouse and your jumper and your fucking undies.
Maybe Az is a never nude. Let's not shame him.
Yeah, maybe I haven't got any undies on right now.
Oh God.
Oh my God.
Commando.
Don't stand up.
It's the boogie moment, folks.
Oh, not the flappies.
Again, a quick acknowledgement again of Raytor with his $100 super chat. No message, just $100. Late to the show with a $50 says, wanted to wish everyone a happiest of holidays. The Mama Az presents were the best. And selfishly, I'm curious of any of you three knowing where, without sailing the high seas, I could find the missing Doctor Who episodes from season 3 and 4. Merry, happy New Year.
Oh, the missing episodes that were lost. Are we talking about obviously we're talking about the original 3 and 4?
Yes.
They've animated some. They have found the final missing episodes, but the guy doesn't want to give them up.
Oh,
because he's afraid he'll lose them or get sued. That was the last I heard. They might have resolved that by now. But yeah, they've been putting them out animated. Some they have put audio only that you can listen to. Like the Toy Maker animated one was fucking dog shit. The animation looked like a Dire Straits video from the 80s. It was so bad. But they have the audio of that you can listen to. They put it on an album. They put it on vinyl and CD. So you can buy them in the physical form.
Physical.
Ian Soforth with a £50 says, is ours in a Scandinavian jail cell? Yes. Ian, thank you, man. Massive super.
Yeah, it was over a tweet. So
yeah, in the UK, yeah. I got shipped abroad. Iron Bean with a £50 says, "Hey Gary, thought your keyboard in the Rebel Moon vid was cool until I noticed none of the runes match the letters of the keys they're on. Like your X-ray key has the rune for TH and H on it. They don't even line up with the Unicode rune." Really?
Well, talk to the person who sent it to me. But
damn. Passing the blame, huh?
Yeah. Can't take responsibility.
I still like my keyboard. I don't read the runes, so it doesn't really bother me.
What?
Wow.
Somebody sent me that keyboard. So I use it. Yeah.
We told him that. Jay Ham gifted 5 memberships to the stream. Thank you, Jay. Psychotic Mongoose gifted a membership to the stream as well. Thank you. Literature Devil with a $5 says, "Hey, hope everyone had an awesome Christmas. Now off to the new year." Amen. We are. Good to see you, man.
Mm-hmm.
Right. All the other super chats I will catch up on Sunday, where I'll be back at Casa de Az with Afternoon Tea with Az, which will be on, of course, New Year's Eve. So there might be a lot of streaming on Sunday. A lot of stuff, taking us through to the new year.
By the way, that was a Lord of the Rings keyboard. You did catch that part.
Yes. Got that, Gary. Kind of worked
It's okay,
that one out,
Gary.
mate.
We're here for you.
No, I was talking in the chat.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay, Gary.
We're still here for you.
So, before we head off, X-Ray Girl, anything you'd like to plug?
What a question.
You made it dirty. You didn't have
Wow.
to.
See,
I was just gonna say happy no alcohol anniversary tomorrow to you.
Tomorrow, yeah, 1 year tomorrow, no alcohol. Mm-hmm.
That's it.
And 10 years for Gary.
10 years for Gary. Dang.
Not bad
Sober
at
bros.
all.
We're sober bros, man. Completely serendipitously.
Tomorrow. Yeah, it's tomorrow.
Crazy.
And then 10 years of the channel and 10 days after that.
Woo-wee.
10
Do you
years.
start on sorry. Do you start on the day you stop drinking or the day after, like counting? Just out of curiosity.
The first 24 hours you're sober.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Molly.
So on the
okay, not Molly.
on the 26th was the last day I did stuff.
Yes. And then the 27th was the first day that I
full day of sobriety.
Yes.
Okay.
So Boxing Day of last year was the last time that I took a alcoholic beverage, and I think it was actually a Bucks Fizz for breakfast.
For breakfast?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, Bucks Fizz. Yeah, it's a refreshing to start off a day with a Bucks Fizz. Yeah, over Christmas. Yeah, you used to do that. Morley, anything you'd like to plug?
We popped out EFAP movies Home Alone 2 today. If people want to
Very good.
watch that, have a little remembering of films that weren't shit, just a bit. And other than that, of course, the Lord of the Rings one, which is really kind. Everyone's still sending messages about that. It's because it took a while to make, so it's very reassuring, and I'm sure we'll make more of them eventually with the similar gang because we like talking about movies we enjoy. Other than that, we'll be doing our EFAP New Year's. Well, it'll be New Year's Eve episode. That'll be Saturday, right? I don't know what else everyone else is up to, but of course you're all invited.
No, New Year's Eve is Sunday.
New Year's Eve. Oh, so it'll be New Year's Eve, which is the same, right?
Sure.
That'll work out. Yeah. So we'll do what we usually do, which is we look back at all the EFAP episodes and just talk about the year and how great a lot of the media was. That's how it usually goes. I'm sure we'll have plenty of guests, plenty of fun. We'll see you there if you want. And good show. Thumbs up. High five.
Gary.
I'm enjoying some kickback time. Just going to stream this week. I honestly don't give a shit. There's like 3, 4, 5 articles I could do videos on. Not doing it. Perry's working very hard on our top 5 woke Hollywood disasters of 2023 that everybody here participated in. They gave us lists. So Mahler, as X-Ray Girl, and others were part of our team of analysts and experts. And we did the math and came up with a list that comes out on Sunday, January 31st. Perry's half done.
Wait. Sorry. What date's it coming out, Gary?
I'm sorry, December 31st. I say January. Sorry. I was thinking January 1st. Not in a month. It comes out this Sunday, December 31st.
That made sense.
That makes more sense.
That makes so much more sense.
Well, drugs are bad, kids. Don't do them. They have long-lasting effects.
10 years tomorrow. 10 years tomorrow.
Got a nooner tomorrow. Friday Night Tights year ender, where we're all going to do our top 5 list to piss off Steve Weintraub. And it's just going to be it's going to be tons of fun. I can't wait to get Perry's half done. I get to watch some completed footage of the video, and we will be sharing it with our members. A little snippet with our members very soon. And I can't think. I feel like I'm forgetting some. Oh, I'm going to do some gaming.
Gaming with
gamming. Some gamming.
Some gams.
Some gams. Thanks for having me on. It's always fun to be here. I know it pisses you off when I say that.
I know. So,
well, at least one of us is grateful about being on a stream.
What's Az going to do? Thank you, Az, for bringing me on Az's stream.
Oh no, Mola. He's talking about FMT. That's what he's talking about.
That's what I'm talking about. Hail to the chat. Hail to the fellowship. Thanks for watching our Christmas special. It was really, really great week. Great week. And Rebel Moon sucks.
Chat, massive thank you for joining us. I hope that you had an amazing Christmas day yesterday. Every one of you. Thank you so much for an incredible year. Still not over yet. Tomorrow I'll be back with Rip and the Silverback on this channel. So I'll be back in Scandinavian prison for that. And then Thursday I shall be on my way back home. So Thursday I'll be back at Casa de Az. Not sure if I do anything. Might do a gaming stream when I get back. Might just sleep in my own bed.
Have you finished Dark Souls 3? Because you got bosses to. I finished it now. You're the reason I was playing it.
I know.
So you gotta go. You gotta do Medea, the Dark Eater thing. You gotta do the Demon Princes. You gotta do. Everyone's gonna see.
Is this DLC bosses?
Yes, but you still gotta do them, right? Slave Knight Gale. That's considered one of the greatest bosses in all of From Software. You gotta do that one. Otherwise, everyone will be very sad. You wouldn't want everyone to be very sad, would you?
Az doesn't care if people are sad.
I know.
Get him.
Oh, he's so bitter. He's so bitter.
Bittersweet.
It's enough to drive a man to drink. Sorry, folks. Tapped out at 364 days. Because, there you go. And then Sunday, afternoon tea with Az. I don't know if there's a Sunday fun day. I have to confirm with everyone else to see what their plans are because it is New Year's Eve. So I don't know what's going on there. But I will probably then do a stream into the new year in the UK, and then and so probably quite a big day on Sunday. There you go.
Yeah.
So massive thank you to everybody who came to watch today. Massive thank you to my mods for giving up your free time. Appreciate you so much. Everybody who super chatted and you went a bit fucking bonkers today. Everybody who membered, gifted members, remembered. Thank you for supporting the channel. We'll be back with some more stuff very soon. Until then, you take care. Goodbye for now.
Bye.